Getting you ready for game time. Join me, Sal from Behind the Arc Basketball, as I announce play-by-play. Make sure to smash the like and subscribe, because now we're about to go live. Entering the pregame, we now present Sal from Behind the Arc Basketball. And what's good, everyone? Welcome in. Happy Friday night. Thanks for joining back in here, being a part on the stream for this one. And what incredible basketball we've got here, the Sweet 16 rounds. Coming right down to the wire, and hopefully another good game taking place here tonight. The 5 seed, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on the number 1 overall seed in the bracket, the Auburn Tigers. No number 1 is yet to fall. These better seeds keep on rolling throughout the bracket here currently. And we'll see if this one lives up to its hype tonight. Trey Donaldson from Michigan going up against his former team Auburn in tonight's matchup. What a turnaround for the Wolverines. Last year, 8-24 record. Dusty May looking like he deserves National Coach of the Year honors this year. 27-9 record, 14-6 in the Big Ten. The Big Ten tournament champions on their year 1 with Dusty May bringing over Vladislav Golden from Florida Atlantic. And also with a double big here with Danny Wolf coming from Yale, from Michigan. Their top 2 players are both big man on the floor between Vladislav Golden and Danny Wolf, going up against Auburn with an entire starting 5 that is the average of over age 23 for this starting 5. Everybody's a senior inside the starting lineup for Auburn. They are 30-5, 15-3 in the SEC. They did trail late stretch of the season. They lost their last 3 out of 4 games for Auburn. But Auburn able to get here to the Sweet 16 in this match. I'm going to take on Michigan. If you guys are new to the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Hit us up in the chat who you guys like to win this one tonight here, Michigan or Auburn, and welcome on. What's good, Vegas? Welcome back in here, bud. Yeah, I'm looking at the time of this game, and Tennessee, Kentucky is still going on right now, when the next game is scheduled to tip off slightly past 10 o'clock between Purdue and Houston. That game got pushed back all the way to 10:20. Probably will get pushed back possibly to 10:30 for a tip-off time, which is crazy late there. Tennessee, Kentucky still going. 1:05 left to go. Tennessee leads 78-65. They were previously 0-2 against Kentucky going in, but right now it's a winner stay alive tournament here. One game that matters to advance in the bracket, and Tennessee are looking good to take that one. Michigan State, what a comeback. They beat Ole Miss 73-70. They were down by double digits early on in that game. And how about Texas Tech last night? They were down by 16 points, an epic collapse by John Calipari's Arkansas Razorbacks last night. Texas Tech took them into overtime. Texas Tech won that game last night. And, wow, we get some really good basketball so far to bracket. Yet to tip off this game, yet to tip off Purdue against Houston, which might start around 10:30 tonight on the East Coast for that time. Both of the games here tipping off in the late night games. 8.5-point favorites with Auburn, an 8.5-point favorite. Houston is an 8.5-point favorite as well. Those are 1v matchups, 1v4 with this one, 1v5 with this one, 1v4 with Purdue going up against Houston. Yeah, I'm hoping to do both of the games tomorrow, so hopefully I'll be live for tomorrow for both of the games. I'm going to be out most of the day. I got to support one of my good friends. He's running a basketball tournament over in Portsmouth, Rhode Island, so I'm going to be going there hopefully for a couple hours. And also the college that I do the broadcast for, the guy asked me to write the lacrosse article for him for tomorrow, so I'm going to be doing that as well. But I'm hoping to be live for both of the games tomorrow night too. Yes, I do think Michigan has a chance at this one. Michigan just needs to take care of the basketball. I'm going to go to my top 5 picks for today. A couple of them did not hit already here, but the bottom 3 still in play right now. 3, 4, and 5. Michigan plus 8.5 on the spread. I really feel like this spread is way too much for Auburn to cover today. They're 3-7 in their last 10 games at covering the spread. Michigan first half money line. Auburn's come out and they've not looked like themselves coming out of this tournament. Creighton had a 2-point lead going into halftime, so that's at plus 220 odds tonight over on DraftKings this morning. BetUS has it around that as well for first half money line right there from Michigan. So that's over plus 200 odds. I still believe it's currently at that. It was at that this morning. So I would not be shocked if Michigan takes the first half. Auburn started off really slow against Alabama State. They started off really slow, and they trailed by 2 at half against Creighton. Houston minus 8.5 on the spread. That is a home game for Purdue, basically playing out in Indianapolis. But this Houston team, I feel like they're going to smash Purdue with their physicality. Purdue has had... They don't really have like an athletic team for Purdue. They got easy matchups as well in the bracket. They faced High Point. They faced one other that was a mid-major, McNeese. So they got 2 mid-majors that they faced, and there's a big step up between mid-major basketball to the Big 12, the most physical team in all of college hoops at Houston. This Houston team is totally different this year. They shoot the ball better than anybody else in the nation. They got the number 2 3-point shooting percentage team in the country. That is very odd, and I'm saying that because the Houston Cougars in the past have lacked shooting. That's what's knocked them out of the tournament. They're all about defense. They lack shooting, but they got legit weapons, 3 backcourt starters that are all shooting above 40% from 3 this year for them. What's good, Jay Ramirez? Welcome back in. Yeah, that would be crazy if Michigan State play each other in a rematch. And, yeah, still hanging in there. Looks like good for you, man. 8th place for Jay Ramirez right now. I saw that yesterday. That's insane. The final 15 seconds between the Lakers and the Bulls. Josh Giddey hit a half-court 3 for the win. LeBron turned it over on an inbound. That gave Chicago all the signs of life to come on back in that game. That was a crazy finish. Unbelievable finish last night. There was a game that the Pacers put up over 160 points to the Wizards last night, too. So, just insane, some of the games that's gone on recently. Those are the NBA games, and we had ourselves an overtime game last night between Texas Tech and Arkansas. I mean, just what a phenomenal night for basketball games going down throughout college and then in the NBA. And I saw that. I was stunned. So, yeah, I had 2 softball games today for a doubleheader for college broadcast. And in the middle between the games, I checked like the news stories of the day. First thing that popped up was SportsCenter breaking news. And Taylor Jenkins, head coach of Memphis, got fired. Gets fired... like, what is this, 3 weeks before the start of the NBA playoffs? John Morant's missed 25-plus games. It makes no sense. They're in 5th place in the West. A couple more games they win, they will be 2nd place in the West right now. That makes 0 sense currently. They fired a head coach 3 weeks before the start of the playoffs. They're number 5 in the West. Their superstar players missed over 25 games. Like, what's going on right now in Memphis? That's insane. Like, it makes no sense at all. Tennessee picks up the win, 78-65 over Kentucky. How about this? Every single Elite 8 team that I picked I might be 7 for 8 for my Elite Eight team. So I had a terrible start in the bracket. Like my first day on Thursday, I was like in last place. I did so bad on the first day, and then I got like almost every single one correct on Friday. That's how it went last year too. I had a terrible Thursday in the first round, and then my Friday I got the like entire Friday almost like correct after like missing most of the picks on Thursday. And then it all depends on like who you pick to go far into the bracket. So I still have my 7 out of 8 teams in the Elite Eight still available for me. So I've got Auburn here to win this one to make it to the Elite Eight. I've got Houston as well. If both Auburn and Houston win, I'd have 7 out of the 8 teams in the Elite Eight. The only one that didn't go for me was I picked St. John's over Texas Tech. So that was the only one. St. John's unfortunately got bounced out in the second round to Arkansas. Here we go, Atlanta, Georgia for this matchup. Gonna tip off in about a minute from now. If you guys are doing a stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Yeah, I really like Houston tonight to beat Purdue. That Purdue team is unathletic for them. Houston's gonna see if they can lock up their perimeter guys. I think it's gonna be a tough game because those guys, the backcourt. Braden Smith's a phenomenal player, but Fletcher Lawyer, it's going to be very, very difficult, I feel like, for him to knock down threes in that game. Houston's just so physical. My favorite team's Providence for college hoops. I'm like 20 minutes away from Providence. Yeah, hopefully a better future for the PC Friars. I think Kim English is just, I don't know what's going on over there. I think he's way out of the league for that coaching job, and it's showing right now. 20 losses, the first time in like the last like 40 years that they suffered 20 losses for Providence there, and nobody wants to transfer over there. Just not an appetizing sight right now. Trey Donaldson, Reuben Jones, Namari Burnett, Danny Wolf, and Vladislav Golden. These start 2 7-footers for Michigan. Going up against Auburn starting 5, Denver Jones, Miles Kelly, Chad Baker-Mazara, Janai Broom, the All-American, and Dylan Cardwell, the grad student. That is 4 seniors and a grad student with Cardwell inside the starting 5 for Auburn. Auburn, most experienced starting 5 in the nation. They are 1 year younger than the Oklahoma City Thunder starting 5, Carly. Average age of over 23 years old. For the Auburn starting 5, OKC average age of 24. Here we go. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe as we are underway. And Michigan controlled the opening tip, and the referees have to restart it once again. So we'll do a redo here 2 seconds into the game, and now it gets backtracked to the backcourt. Auburn picks it up. Auburn controls the opening tip. Left to right on the floor for Auburn. White jerseys, dark blue numbers, dark blue letters, orange outline for the Tigers. As Auburn turns it over, first possession of the game, looking for a backdoor cutter. Golden came up with a steal. First possession here from Michigan. Dark blue uniforms, yellow numbers, yellow letters for this matchup here for the Wolverines. If Michigan takes care of the basketball, they get a chance in this game. That's their Achilles heel. 25th most turnovers in the nation, averaging 14 turnovers per game from Michigan. 6 in the shot clock. Lob down low for the Wolverines. They're covered underneath Burnett. Lost it. Got it back. Bounce past the wing. Over to Jones. Back to Burnett. Forces up a tough jumper. Missed off the mark. No good. Broom collects the defensive rebound. Possession number 2 here for Auburn. Chad Baker-Mazara at the near side, the right corner, guarded by Wolf, hoist up a 3. A very difficult shot there, not even close. Hit the back part of the rim as Wolf came to contest that shot, and Baker-Mazara attempted it off balance inside the key runner. That was off the back rim, no good. Missed by the former Auburn Tiger, Trey Donaldson, out of bounds off Danny Wolf. Not a good start for either of these teams right now. Rushing through the shots, rushing through the motions. I covered 2 games yesterday. Both of those games were really, really good yesterday, and this seems extremely sloppy in the first minute right now. Auburn with possession. They slide it over to the far side corner. Catch and fire 3. Miles Kelly off the mark, no good. Offensive rebound control by Cardwell. Another 3. Denver Jones. Swoosh. 3 second chance points to begin tonight here for the Tigers. What's good, Pringle? Welcome in. Thanks for joining in. Yeah, Phil Martelli Jr., there wasn't much information about that, but he went to VCU for him. So that was a couple of days ago. There really wasn't much news stories out there on that because it's been a lot of the other head coaches dominating the headlines. A bunch of different coaching hires within the last few days. How about this? Fran McCaffery, former Iowa head coach, is at his alma mater, Penn. So he is coaching in the Ivy League right now. He's at the UPenn Quakers for Fran McCaffery. Inbound from Michigan. Michigan looking for their first points of the game. Danny Wolf at the right wing perimeter. Wolf dribbles towards his left. And in that conference, playing against Fran McCaffery's UPenn Quakers will be Danny Wolf's former Yale Bulldogs. Missed 3 at the top there by Michigan. It goes right back over to Auburn. Denver Jones slows down the possession here at the left wing. Moves on top over to Caldwell. Handoff. Baker Mazzara. Free throw circle. Janai Broom. Broom only averaging 11 points per game in this tournament. Put up the shot inside the key. Left it short. Defensive rebound hauled in by Wolf from Michigan. Nothing really going on between these two offenses here currently in this one. Catch and fire 3. Top of the key. Got it. Michigan on the board. That's a 3 raining down by Trey Donaldson. Trey Donaldson's had an excellent tournament. Sole reason why Michigan is here right now in the Sweet 16. Took over late in that game against UC San Diego. There was a 3 that Michigan made that they stepped out of bounds. Referees didn't see it. They counted it. That was the difference maker in the 3-point lead, 68-65 in the opening round. Auburn jacked up a 3, missed off the rim short. Donaldson moves it over to his right. Right baseline dribble by Namari Burnett. Attacks the paint. Burnett scores. Up and off the backboard. Namari Burnett, he's been around college basketball for such a long time that when he was around college basketball, when he first transferred, he had to sit out a year because he was determined to be a sit-out transfer after his freshman season in 2019. Like 5 years ago, they had the sit-out year if you were an underclass player for a transfer. Janai Broom just laced up a triple. Great sign there for Auburn. Janai Broom has yet to really get going for the All-American in this tournament. Jumper mid-range. That is way off the mark. Short. Misfired by Donaldson. Up the floor here for Auburn. Denver Jones attacking the paint. Scores with a left-hand layup. That's called fluid in transition there for Auburn. 3-point lead for the Tigers. Michigan at the left wing. Danny Wolf. Off the dribble towards his right. Wolf, top of the key, dribbles up, drives, penetrates inside the paint on Cardwell, floats up the runner, missed off the mark, no good. A rebound controlled by Auburn with Miles Kelly. Tigers have the ball. Tigers, an 8.5-point favor for Auburn. Broom launches a 3, missed off the mark, no good. Offensive rebound, saved by Broom. Shovel pass underneath. Watch out for Cardwell. Cardwell goes up, gets fouled. And 2 free throws coming up here at the line for Dylan Cardwell for Auburn. And this will take us to the first media timeout of the game. Under 16 minutes left to go in the first half of action. Down to 15:52 remaining here to first as we take the first media break. All right, Auburn out to a 3-point lead. We're just getting started tonight. 60+ watching. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. I cover basketball action, play-by-play, college hoops, and also NBA throughout the tournament. I'm hoping to be back live tomorrow covering both of the Elite 8 games. Really sloppy game right now. I covered 2 games yesterday that the efficiency was through the roof. Alabama, BYU. Alabama scored 113. Duke against Arizona. Duke scored 100. And right now we got bricks and boulders taking place instead of flamethrowers. 3 for 8 shooting by Auburn. 2 for 7 by Michigan. I took Auburn here for this game. So if Auburn and Houston come through and win, I'd be 7 for 8 with my Elite 8. The only mistake I made, I took St. John's to make it to the Elite 8 over Texas Tech. So yeah, I took St. John's. It was actually over Kansas. So to see Arkansas make it that far to the Sweet 16, that was shocking. Honestly, it should have been Arkansas that should be representing the Elite 8, but Texas Tech, what a comeback last night. 16 points down. Just an ultimate choke job last night by Arkansas in that game. NBA record for threes, I believe it's around 29 or so. I'll double check on that. I remember I covered a Bucks against Heat a couple of years ago, and that they broke the record. It was 29 at the time. Yeah, I was live for that stream. Yep, 29. That still stands. Bucks against the Heat back in 2020. And the Celtics tied the record, a season opener this year against the Knicks. Celtics had 29 threes, tying the record, so it's happened twice. Yeah, Florida-Texas Tech going to be a really good game tomorrow. I took Florida in the bracket as my champion. I think it's going to be tough for them to do that because they got an injury to their big man, Alex Condon. In my second chance bracket, I actually took Duke based on what I've seen from Duke. But Alabama, holy smokes, if they play like they did yesterday, Alabama can beat anybody. Yeah, Pacers put up 160 points last night. I saw they put up 160 points, and they were just running down the shot clock. From what I heard, with a minute and a half left to go, they were taking shot clock violations. That's what the game got to. 162-109 yesterday was the final score. First shot missed at the free throw line for Auburn. Pacers yesterday made 27 threes, so they were too shy of tying the record, which is 29. So they were two made threes shy of tying the record. Second free throw is good by Auburn, 9-5. What's good, Bradley? Welcome back in, man. Thanks for joining back in. And Joe here with Illinois State. Looks like, wow, hosting the Elite 8 NIT. Best of luck there to Illinois State. This game started to get choppy here at Carly, Michigan. Going to be heading to the free throw line, shooting 2. That possession didn't even last 5 seconds. Yeah, Kentucky got beat pretty hard tonight. Final score 78-65. Tennessee 0-2 coming in against Kentucky, though Tennessee in the game that matters the most picks up the win in the single-game elimination tournament. First free throw is good at the line for Michigan. This is number 15, Reuben Jones. Number 42 coming in here, pumped up, Will Cheddar, a senior from Stewartville, Minnesota. First time on the floor. He replaces Vladislav Golden now, who heads towards the bench. So going smaller with their front court currently. They're so reliant upon Golden and Danny Wolf. Those two guys averaging 17 and 13 for points this year. The top 2 scorers in the team from Michigan. Both of the free throws are good. 2-point game currently. Auburn with possession. Auburn turns it over. Coming around the screen. A little bit behind on that pass. And Michigan in transition scores the layup out of the fast break by Danny Wolf. It's usually Michigan that's had some turnover issues this year. Right now it's Auburn. Danny Wolf, 15 double-doubles, most in the Big Ten this year. Keeping his team afloat. Baker Mazzara floats it over to Broom. Broom at the mid-block. Janai Broom backs his way. Spin cycle. Broom floats up a tough shot. Got it to go up and then off the glass. Generous bounce right there for Janai Broom. Danny Wolf across the floor to Burnett. Catch and fire. 3 for the lead. Skidded off the front rim. No good. Offensive rebound. Tracked down by Wolf, though. Out to the corner. Wolf guarded by Broom 101. 15 on the shot clock. Wolf backs his way. Wolf inside the key. Wolf low block over. Janai Broom, he scores up and in off the backboard. Janai Broom having some difficulty right now defending Danny Wolf. 4 points to begin this game right now for Wolf. 4 for 10 shooting by Michigan. Auburn 4 for 9. Auburn's 3 no good. Spud out of bounds. Last touched off Michigan according to the refs. Right now, Michigan's playing a clean game right in this game. 0 turnovers. Auburn, 2 turnovers. That's what you really want to see out of Michigan. That's one of the mismatches here is that Michigan ranks 25th in most turnovers in the nation. So if you put that together, Michigan ranks around 335 in the country in turnovers per game, averaging 14 turnovers per game. Auburn, who averages just 9.3 turnovers per game, which is top 10 best in the country for fewest turnovers, has 2 turnovers here. That's where I look at like strengths and weaknesses and determine like who's gonna be able to come through in the matchup. And then watching the film as well, these double bigs giving Auburn quite an issue. I thought that could have been quite a problem there. Danny Wolf already 4 points to begin this game. Inbound for Auburn. Auburn at the top. Drives, attacks inside the paint. Stumbled inside the key was Denver Jones. Kept the dribble alive as he kicked it out to Baker Mazzara. Baker Mazzara clamped at the elbow. Shot clock down to 4. Gotta go and launch here if you're Auburn. They will. The 3 bricked off the back room, no good. Offensive rebound control by Baker Mazzara. Jumper to elbow off the back room, no good. Offensive rebound controlled again by Janai Broom. First miss, second opportunity, got it off the putback. He scores 4 rebounds and eventually able to finish. 6-1 offensive rebounds in favor of Auburn, which is really interesting because Michigan's got 2 7-footers. Right now, one of them on the bench with Vladislav Golden not on the floor. Top of the key for Cheddar. Slides it over to Wolf. Cheddar in place of Golden right now. Wolf dribbles up, circles around. Wolf backdoor, no good, missed the layup. And Auburn tried to track down the basketball as it sailed out of bounds. This is a really sloppy game we got going on here. Compared to yesterday where points were at a premium flying off the scoreboard, right now both of these teams struggling to hit open shots. Yeah, that came to play in 2021 when NIL was passed. So yeah, NIL, it's really taken off with the Power 5 schools, but for mid-majors are in trouble right now because of the whole NIL conference realignments. It's turned into a business right now for college basketball, like a professional business, and it's not even it's a professional business if you're 60-something Power 5 teams, but the rest of the teams, like the 200-plus other teams that's mid-majors, it's not too good for them. Turnover by Auburn. Third turnover to game. Michigan attacks inside the paint. They float up the shot. They get fouled off the steal. It's Roddy Gale who will head to the free throw line and shoot 2. High school players in Indiana can play for 2 years. Transfer to high school. Cool there. Yeah. I think different states have like different stuff that they do. I know because in my state of Massachusetts, a lot of the schools have a school choice that you do. So if you're in a neighboring town, you don't need to go to the public school in that town. You can go to like a school that's in like a neighboring town or so, 15, 20 minutes away. Turnover here by Michigan. That's their first turnover of the game. It was no free throws. They got it off an inbound. Auburn floats up a wild, ridiculous shot, and it's out of bounds off Auburn. This is painful to watch here. How in the world are both of these teams in the Sweet 16? Compared to the games that I saw with my very own eyes yesterday that I streamed for you guys. BYU and Alabama. Duke against Arizona. The shot making in both of those games was incredible, and here we are. This is a nightmare right now. Both of these teams can flat out score the ball. It's that they've had the looks. They cannot put the ball into the basket. Auburn ranks 9th in the country in points scored per game. Michigan ranks 70th in the country in points scored per game. Golden back on the floor. Floats up the runner. Connects on it. 13-13. Nice little self-touch there by Vladislav Golden, the 7-footer. 23 points against A&M in the second round. Also had 12 rebounds. Auburn has yet to settle in the game. They jack up a 3. Missed off the mark way too much there by Tahad Pettiford. And Michigan goes quick up the floor. Pettiford with a big rejection as it sails out of bounds. Auburn bringing the energy off that block. Cheddar got denied right at the rim by Pettiford. This Auburn team comes to play when it comes to the block department. Number 2 in the nation, averaging 6 blocks per game. Yep, we got a brick fest right now. Inbound goes to Michigan. 13 even, 12 minutes left in the first. Danny Wolf, crossover, right wing perimeter, lobs it over to Golden. Golden drives baseline on Cardwell, and Cardwell picks up the reach and foul. That's going to take us to under 12 left in the first to another media timeout. What is a Boulder shot fest here between these two teams. 11:54 left to go in the first. Oh my. Yeah, rough start for these two teams. Michigan, 5 for 14 shooting, 35.7%. Auburn, not much better. Actually worse. 5 for 16 from the floor, 31.3%. Second chance points helping out Auburn right now. Offensive rebounds in favor of Auburn, 6-3. What's good, Mr. Smiley? Welcome in. Thanks for joining in. We got 90 plus watching right now. Type in the chat who you guys like to win this game. Hit us up in the chat. Make sure to vote in the poll as well. If you enjoy the stream, keep on smashing that thumbs up. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Helps out this video a ton being found on YouTube. Houston and Purdue. That game will start off at around 10:28. Yeah, I had said I wouldn't be shocked if it tips off around 10:30 tonight. An additional 10 minutes that game will tip off in. It's a very, very late game. Jerry, welcome in, taking Auburn tonight. 7 points by Janai Broome. That's a positive sign. He was only averaging 11 points per game on 41% shooting coming into this game in the tournament. 5 points by Denver Jones. Nobody else has scored a field goal. So there's 5 combined field goals out of the 16 attempts between Broome, who's 3 for 6. Denver Jones is 2 for 3. Rest of the team after that is 0 for 7. And then Michigan, they got more balance. Everybody inside the starting 5 has scored. 4 points by Danny Wolf, 3 by Trey Donaldson, 2 each by Golden, Burnett, and Jones. Tennessee won 78-65 over Kentucky. So congratulations, Tennessee. Tennessee advances. They'll take on the winner of Houston against Purdue on Sunday. Yup, Michigan plus 8.5 on the spread. Yeah, Auburn is 3-7 in their last 10 games at covering the spread for them. So that number seemed very, very high there for Auburn to cover based on the games that they have been playing recently. They got out to a very slow start against Alabama State in their first round matchup to beat Creighton by 12, but they were actually trailing at halftime by 2 to Creighton. I actually really like first half money line tonight from Michigan. It's around plus 200 odds for Michigan on the first half money line for them. This Auburn team struggles to start off games in the right foot for them. They trail by 2 in their last game at the half against Creighton, so they started off. They played a rough 15 minutes keeping Alabama State in that game in the first round. So they've had a lot of issues knocking down shots early on in the game. This Michigan team, they mounted a comeback. They were down by double digits, came all the way back and beat Texas A&M in their last matchup here. 13-13 as we get back to action. Missed 3 from the corner by Michigan off the inbound. Auburn with possession. Pettiford off to Denver Jones. Slides over to Pettiford at the left wing. Pettiford on top finds Jones off to his right to Miles Kelly. Gets sent over to the corner to number 31, Chaney Johnson. He stepped out of bounds on the near side, a turnover. And this is brutal right now for Auburn. The turnovers are major miscue. 4th turnover tonight for Auburn, who came into the game averaging under 9 for turnovers per game almost. I took Auburn in my bracket to win this one, but I think it's going to come down to like 1 or 2 possessions. So I really like Michigan to cover on the spread for this game. Donaldson backs his way inside the key. Donaldson puts up the shot, got it to go, good for 2. Over in the Houston-Purdue game, I like Houston to cover that spread and smash Purdue. Purdue's played 2 easy opponents so far in the bracket, High Point and McNeese State, so they don't have a test, a big boy physicality like Houston. Houston's actually the second best team in the nation in perimeter shooting, which if you compare all the previous years for Houston, they were just straight up all defense but lacked that knockdown shooting. They got 3 guards in the backcourt who can knock down shots above 40%. And I covered their game against Gonzaga. LJ Cryer, he made 6 threes in that game. What's good, Felix? Welcome in. Thanks for joining in. Pettiford at the free throw line for Auburn just got knocked down and fouled at the elbow, taking a jumper. He shoots 2. First free throw is no good. Man, the woes right now for Auburn keep on continuing. Turnover issues, missed free throws. They're lucky that second chance points and rebounding has helped save this team right now. 13 points almost midway through the first half. This is not a good sign for the overall number 1 seed. 15-14. Second free throw is good. Yeah, they're lucky the matchups that they got in this tournament. Bad inbound for Michigan. Turnover off the fingertips of Danny Wolf. Auburn attacks inside the paint, and Pettiford scores up and off the backboard. Auburn able to start to get themselves on a run. Michigan with a possession. Burnett at the left wing. Burnett left baseline dribble. Burnett right to the cup. Huge rejection by the Tigers. They're stored up with Shady Johnson with a block. Here goes Auburn. Straightaway 3. That missed poorly off the right side of the glass. Wolf with a defensive rebound. They got numbers. 4-on-3 up the floor for Michigan, and a missed 3 in transition for the quarter. Back it goes for Auburn here. Pushing tempo. Pettiford. Skip pass. Left corner 3. Catch and fire. No good. Off the back rim again. If this was another game from last night, I'd be saying swoosh all the time on those 3s. But no, both of these teams tossing up bricks and boulders. 2 for 11 for Auburn. Michigan 1 for 5 until right there. Danny Wolf, bang, bang from the outside. There's a 2-point Michigan lead. Midway through the first half. 7 points by Danny Wolf for the 7-footer that stretches the floor. Auburn with the ball. Denver Jones guarded at the left wing by Namari Burnett. Moves it off to Pettiford. Pettiford, 15 on the shot clock. On top off to Cardwell. Bounce pass to the elbow. Johnson, mid-blocks. Sends it back outside to Jones. Jones drives right on Wolf. Jumper, 15-footer. Step back off the back rim, no good. Offensive rebound controlled by Cardwell. As his teammate drives, attacks the paint. Big rejection by Vladislav Golden with a block. Here goes Michigan. Weaving their way inside the paint. Golden turned it over. Bumped into his teammate inside the key. Reuben Jones, Auburn with it. They give up a 2 for an open 3. They drill it. 1-point lead for the Tigers. 19-18. A drive and kick works out to perfection there for Auburn. Danny Wolf with possession here at the top. This game has been bonkers so far. Wolf drives, attacks, downhill, right to the rim. He scores. Up and off the backboard. 1-point lead for Michigan. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. What a game. 4 ties, 7 lead changes currently. Scoring starting to pick up. Cardwell moves on top over to Pettiford. Pettiford edging the March Madness logo here. 10 on the shot clock. 8.5 left to go in the first. Pettiford, step back 3 in the air. Contested. Off the back rim, no good. Rebound control by Michigan. Wolverines up the floor. Quick outlet pass to the corner. Open 3 by Michigan. Misfired. So left it off the rim short. No good by Burnett. Auburn going the other way. Both of these teams just racing up the floor against one another. Where's the defense? Easy layup on a layup line right there for the Tigers to go by 1 by Tahad Pettiford. Down to 8 minutes left to go in the first. Pettiford's got 5. Michigan finally slows it down. Both of these teams blowing up and down the floor against one another. Golden drives. Golden attacks. Golden no good off the mark. A rebound controlled by Auburn. Tigers by 1 with possession. Auburn going to slow it down as well. 18-12 rebounds in favor of Auburn. We get a brick fest here in this game with a bunch of rebounds. Pettiford outside finds his teammate Denver Jones, top of the key. Jones, 8 on the shot clock. Jones straight away takes the 3 off the back rim, no good. Another missed shot on the bounce off the fingertips of Cardwell. It is Michigan ball. And this will take us to the under 8-minute media timeout. 7:24 left to go in the first. Auburn by 1 right now in this game. Man, best of luck there for Devil tonight. Hopefully your Tigers able to come through for you there. And that'll be absolutely brutal if they're unable to do that. So far, no number 1 seed has got knocked out of this tournament. Only 2 seed is St. John's. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well. Wow, we get a bunch of people watching. 100 plus. Let's go, everybody. Type in the chat who you guys are rooting for, Michigan or Auburn. I'm hoping to be back live on Saturday and Sunday as well, covering the Elite 8 games, so feel free to join in for those streams too. Houston-Purdue, that game is yet to even tip off. It'll tip off in around 1 minute from now. Once we get into halftime, I'll keep you guys posted on that score. Danny Wolf, he is the game leader right now for this game for Michigan. 9 points by Danny Wolf, 4 for 7 from the floor, drilling a 3. 5 points by Trey Donaldson. Everybody else with 2 points or 0 for Michigan. For Auburn, leading the way. Janai Broom, the All-American, 7 points for him today. Tahad Pettiford, 5 points off the bench. Denver Jones got 5 himself. Quaddy, welcome in, taking Michigan. Brano in the stream going Michigan. A lot of people going Michigan here for the upset. Michael's welcome on board. My man Bryce taking his Wolverines. March Madness at his finest. Let's see, the poll's pretty close. Michigan's actually leading the poll, 52-48. Yeah, Michigan doing a pretty solid job taking care of the basketball. 3 turnovers. Didn't start off the game turning it over that much, though. Auburn with 4 turnovers. They had a lot of issues to begin this game turning over the ball. A lot of brick shots so far. Auburn has had a bunch of good looks. Haven't been able to send them down. 3 for 14 from 3. 8 for 25 from the floor. This is a shooting splits right now for Auburn. 32% from the floor. 21% from 3. 2 for 4 at 50% at the free throw line. They're struggling tonight. It's been an inefficient night for Auburn so far. Michigan struggling as well. 36% shooting. 8 for 22. 29% at 2 for 7 from 3. But perfect so far. Their first trip at the free throw line. Reuben Jones, perfect 2 for 2. The only trip that we've got. This first half's actually blown by. I'm fine with that because a lot of these games have got choppy whistles stopping every 15 seconds. Like I heard Kentucky, Tennessee, there was a whistle like every 15-20 seconds. Last week I streamed UConn against Oklahoma. That game had a bunch of stoppages in it. Like every 15-20 seconds there was a foul in that game. So I'm glad that this one's got some pace to it, that the clock just keeps on running. We're down to 7:24 left to go, and that Houston-Purdue game just tipped off. That game is well behind schedule. 21-20 Auburn. Up by just 1 currently. Had some issues with Creighton in the first half. Creighton led 37-35 at halftime. Vladislav Golden averaging 17 points per game. He's only got 2 tonight right now as he's currently on the bench. We get back to action. Michigan gets the inbound. Both of these teams struggling with inefficiency today. Roddy Gale with possession from Michigan. Puts it on top over to Danny Wolf. Wolf at the top of the key. I like Michigan on the money line first half. Wolf turns the corner, able to soar up, throw it down with a 2-handed flush. 1 point lead for the Wolverines. He's got 11. Danny Wolf right now taking over this game as he is the game leader. Auburn with possession. Under 7 minutes left to go before halftime. Lob down low. Missed the mark on the pass to Janai Broom. Deflected up in the air to turnover. Michigan up the floor. Attacking downhill to the rim. Soaring up over Baker Mazzara. And 2 free throws coming up for number 15. Reuben Jones at the free throw line for Michigan. That is the 5th turnover of the game for Auburn. Auburn just not settling in to this game right from the start. Way too many mistakes, too many missed shots. Not a good sign here for the overall number 1 seed. They're playing this game like they're playing a late stretch of the regular season when they went 1-3 in their last 4. They're really susceptible to getting upset tonight. First free throw is good at the line for Michigan. So Reuben Jones knocks down the first one. 5 fouls charged to Auburn. 3 by Michigan so far. Second free throw is good. 3-point advantage for Michigan here. Chad Baker Mazzara's got 2 personal fouls. See, it's those things like that. You got a lot of talent by a guy like Baker Mazzara, but it's just, you got to know the situation as Auburn attacks the paint. Denver Jones missed off the rim, no good. It got the offensive rebound, got tied up with it, though. It's possession, arrow, Michigan. Wolverines going to have the basketball here. Auburn playing reckless, playing out of control currently. You got 5 starters and the average age of 23 years old. You got the most experienced team in the field for your starting 5 right now, and just playing out of control basketball for Auburn. Yet to settle in this game. Danny Wolf dribbles up, drives, attacks inside the paint. No good, missed off the mark. No, as he went down as well, right next to the cheerleaders for Auburn. Auburn with numbers if they want to go quickly. 5-4. The lob goes to Broom. Broom missed the mark on the backdoor cutters. Teammate rolling to the hoop. Chaney Johnson sailed away from Johnson out of bounds. This does not look like an overall number 1 seed in the bracket here. Auburn having turnover issues, struggling mightily. 6 turnovers now in the first half. And every single one of those turnovers could very well be prevented. They average 9.3 turnovers per game, 6 turnovers tonight. Michigan averages 14 turnovers per game. They only got 3 turnovers. They just turned it over for a 4th time off the mark of Golden on the pass. Auburn attacks the paint. They score with a right-hand layup. Denver Jones puts his team winning 1. I like Houston tonight to cover the spread. Right now, Purdue and Houston are tied up in the first 3 minutes. I haven't taken a look at the other games going on tomorrow just yet. I would probably stay away with that Duke-Alabama game for my recommendation, because if Alabama gets red hot, they can take out Duke tomorrow, though Duke has been the best team in the bracket. Michigan just drilled a step-back 3. 27-23. Namari Burnett's got 5. Top of the key, Janai Broom. Got a foul here away from the basketball, charge to Michigan. Their 4th team foul tonight. Yeah, I like Houston tonight to cover the spread against Purdue. Houston got put against top 8 team in the country, Gonzaga, in their last game in advanced analytics. Purdue have been limping down the stretch, late stretch of the season. They barely got past USC in their conference tournament. They got 2 easy teams in the bracket between High Point and McNeese. Missed shot there by Michigan at the elbow by Roddy Gale. Auburn will slow it down. Under 5 minutes left to go in the first. Denver Jones at the left wing. Hands it off to Miles Kelly. On top finds Baker Mazzara. Swings it down low to Broom. Broom with the left hand. Missed the hook shot down low. Rebound control by Golden. Michigan up by 4 here with possession. Michigan jacks up a 3. That was blocked up in the air by the Tigers. Big block by Baker Mazzara as he denied his former teammate Trey Donaldson on a 3-point shot attempt. Janai Broom down low. Lowers the boom. That's going to be an offensive foul. Turnover charge to Auburn. Janai Broom hooking a Michigan defender will go right back over to the Wolverines. This is no shock right now that Michigan is up by 4 against the number 1 overall seed. Auburn couldn't even lead at halftime against Creighton. They gave Alabama State gave them a game. Alabama State hung in for the first 15 minutes in that first half. Back and forth in that first round matchup. Auburn is in some deep trouble. 7 turnovers right now for the Tigers. Michigan just turned it over for a 5th time tonight, missing the mark in the pass. This is a terribly just sloppy game we got going on here. This is brutal. 12 combined turnovers in the first half. Neither team looks like they're going to make it to the Final Four if they keep up these turnovers right now. Auburn has possession. Chad Baker Mazzara dribbles up to the elbow. Baker Mazzara inside the key. Floats at the runner. Bounces in. Good for 2. Michigan slows down tempo under 4 minutes left to go before halftime. Trey Donaldson. Bounce pass over to Golden. Intercepted. Jumping the route. Baker Mazzara with a steal. Bounce pass behind his back. Poor decision. Results in a turnover as he tried to thread the needle. Inside the key to Broom. Lob over the top. Michigan with a bad pass airmailed out of bounds. Yup, spot on there by Felix in the chat. Both of these teams for sure are trying way too hard. 27-25. A comedy of errors in this game tonight as we head over to the timeout. We got some major miscues. Does not look like either of these teams are going to advance past the Elite 8. Man, this is a big drop-off compared to the 2 streams that I covered last night. I covered Alabama and BYU in an offensive shootout. And then I covered Duke against Arizona, where Duke went 20 for their first 22 shots in the second half. This game, we got 20 combined made shots, where we've got also 15 combined turnovers. Just a rough game. right now. 8 turnovers. The amount of turnovers for both of these teams are almost the same as amount of field goal makes. That's how bad it's become. 10 for 27 shooting by Michigan. Michigan with 7 turnovers. Auburn 10 for 30 shooting. Auburn's got 8 turnovers. This is brutal. If you're doing the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well if you guys would like to be notified for future live streams on the channel. Houston leading Purdue right now 8-7. That's a snail race. Both of those teams adjusted tempo, bottom half of the nation. Purdue 299 in adjusted tempo. Houston is bottom 5 in the nation at 361 for Houston in adjusted tempo for them. That'd be really funny if we got Houston against Alabama in the Final Four. Alabama, the top team in adjusted tempo. Houston, bottom 5 in the country. Alabama, Duke. Duke's a 6.5 point favorite. I'm thinking Alabama tomorrow is going to give them a run for its money. I've got that range between 1 to 5 points. 1 to 6 points, actually, because Duke would need to win by 7+ points. So, I think Alabama could cover based on how they played during the last game. I think they're going to keep it close with Duke tomorrow. Duke hasn't seen like an offense that's like that before. That should be a really good game tomorrow. Florida, Texas Tech. I actually like Florida to cover that game tomorrow. Texas Tech's coming off an overtime win, so they're logging the minutes. They played a late game. Florida played in the early game. Florida had a chance as well to scout out Texas Tech, so they had a lot of time to prepare for Texas Tech. Texas Tech's behind the 8 ball. Florida got a chance to watch extra time with extra film for Texas Tech last night, whereas Texas Tech, they got done with that game past 12:30 a.m. yesterday. Those guys are cooked. They got a smaller time frame to prepare for this matchup. Florida, you get the retention times much easier because those guys for Florida probably watched the rest of the game for Texas Tech. Arkansas, they went to bed getting some thoughts in their mind about the film that they just watched there. So I like Florida in that game tomorrow to cover the spread. That's a big advantage for Florida that they got the first game. They got to watch the overtime session, some extra basketball being displayed. So when you get some extra film, that really helps out there, being able to break down those teams. As we get back to action, Broom inside the key. Ooh, Janai Broom should have got called into up and down, but nope, did not get that there. Tough shot, got it by Chaney Johnson at the elbow, ties up the game at 27. That's his first pair of points tonight. Michigan with the ball, top of the key. Number 2, LJ Kaysen, first time on the floor. Down low, and Michigan scores up and off the backboard. Michigan started to eat away inside the low post in this game. Auburn with the ball. 2:45 left to go before halftime. Top of the free throw circle. Bacon Mazzara floats up the runner. Bacon Mazzara, no good off the mark. Tipped off the glass. Denied Broom. Tried to go for a putback. Went up, got fouled. And that's on number 2, LJ Kaysen, who picks up the shooting foul. Right now, Auburn's leaving points off the free throw line. A couple of years ago, they got bounced out of the tournament against Houston in the second round, and they were dreadful at the free throw line. They missed over 15 free throws in that game. Oh boy, Janai Broom, first free throw, that was not even close. It hit the front rim. That grazed the front rim there by the All-American. Yeah, he just doesn't look like himself right now for Janai Broom. Second free throw. That's good. 1 point game, 2.5 minutes left to go before halftime. Michigan perfect 4 for 4 at the free throw line. Auburn 3 for 6. That could come back to haunt Auburn tonight if you can't make free throws, leaving points off the board. Danny Wolf at the right wing, has some space around the perimeter, dribbles up here inside the key. Wolf sneaks around, floats to the runner, missed off the mark, no good. Broom collects the defensive rebounds. Stringer Bell, welcome back in, bud. Auburn running the floor, hot tamale, bobbled out of bounds. Yep, I agree with that right there, Stringer Bell. This Auburn team just simply does not look like the overall #1 seed. They're making miscue after miscue right now. How in the world can you not handle a proper pass? 9 turnovers tonight. They average 9 turnovers per game. Yeah, all the pressure seems like it's on the overall #1 seed tonight to excel Auburn. Michigan inside the paint at the low block. A scramble for the basketballs. They lost it inside the key. Tie up, possession arrow, Auburn. Or no, check that. It's possession arrow, Auburn. Yep, that's correct. So turnover charge to Michigan. This is just a comedy of turnovers tonight that we got. 9 turnovers by Auburn, 8 turnovers by Michigan. Both of these teams almost have as many turnovers as made shots in this first half. 1 point lead for Michigan. Dribble handoff here for Auburn. Pettiford dribbles towards his right. Handoff to Miles Kelly. Kelly at the top of the key, 15 on the shot clock. Jacks up a contested 3. That's well off the mark, no good. Battle for the rebound. Offensive rebound going right back to Auburn with Chaney Johnson. Denver Jones tries a 3. Halfway down. Rolled around the rim and out, and Golden collects the defensive board for Michigan. Michigan with a ball here. They get double team, force it up a prayer, tipped out to Golden somehow, some way, floats up the shot, no good, left it short. Auburn running the floor, bobble the basketball loose, ball, they turn it over once again. It's another big U by Auburn tonight. Here goes Michigan, dump off, Golden down low, one dribble underneath, no good, but he did get fouled. 2 free throws coming up here from Michigan with Vladislav Golden. This is embarrassing for Auburn. 10 turnovers, 11 made field goals for Auburn. Auburn is 11 for 35 for the floor. The overall 1 seed has turned it over 10 times in this first half. 3 turnovers by the All-American Janai Broom, 3 turnovers by Tahad Pettiford, 2 turnovers by Chad Baker-Mazzara, 1 turnover each by Miles Kelly and Chaney Johnson. They're playing absolutely reckless. Feeling the pressure right now for the overall #1 seed, and this is out of control. This is the most experienced team by age in the field. 1 year younger than the Oklahoma City Thunder starting 5 lineup. And Michigan goes 0 for 2 at the free throw line with Vladislav Golden. Nobody wants to win this game. This looks like an NBA game played in the middle of March, that the two teams are dealing with injuries with the entire starting lineup out. That's what it looks like. Broom missed the first one. Broom taps it back in for the second shot. It's good. 30-29. This is brutal. This game is absolutely brutal. 10 points, 11 rebounds in the first half by Janai Broom. Top of the key here with Donaldson. Auburn shooting 12 for 37. Michigan shooting 11 for 30. Before that shot that they made, they were shooting 11 for 35. 10 seconds left to go here to first. Donaldson. 5 of the shot clock off to Golden. Golden dribbles up. Golden spin cycle. Golden right-handed hook shot. No good. Missed it off the glass. Auburn with a defensive rebound. And Auburn puts up a 3 at the buzzer. Doesn't matter. Not going to count it. Auburn escapes with a 1-point lead going into halftime. 30-29. Oh my goodness. What is going to be going on through both of these teams here in the minds of all these players and the minds of the coaches once they get back into the locker room? Nobody seems to want to win this game. Nobody wants to move on to the Elite Eight. Gee. That first half was as sloppy as you can get it. These two teams are in the Sweet 16. Yikes. The overall #1 seed making miscue after miscue. 10 turnovers by Auburn in the first half. Auburn almost had as many turnovers as shots made in the first half. 12 for 37 shooting for Auburn. 32% shooting. Just abysmal. 3 for 16 from 3 at 19% from 3 and 3 for 6 at the free throw line. Michigan, 8 turnovers, 11 for 31 from the floor, 35.5% shooting, 3 for 9 from 3, 4 for 6 at the free throw line. I mean, nobody wants this game right now. Danny Wolf, 11 points, the game leader. Janai Broom, double-double at halftime, 10 points, 11 rebounds. The All-American is putting his team on his back. Nobody else wants to show up today. Chad Baker-Mazara. Oh, goodness. 1 for 5, 2 points by Baker-Mazara with 2 personal fouls. Miles Kelly, 3-point shooting, 1 for 7 and 1 for 5 right now going into half. This game is just outrageous. What a big drop-off compared to the 2 streams I covered last night. Last night I covered Alabama and BYU. Alabama put up 113 points where they had an NCAA tournament 25 made threes in a single game, breaking the all-time record for most threes ever. And then Duke put up 100 in a victory over Arizona last night. Duke went 20 for their first 22 shots in the second half they made. Like, the shot making last night was at a premium. It was elite last night. Tonight, what in the world's going on? We got bricks and boulders here. Winner of this game will take on Michigan State in the Elite Eight for a chance to be in the Final Four. And what I'm seeing right now, I don't see any team that really wants to be there in the Final Four based in this game. This is really sad. These 2 teams are going to have to turn things completely around in the second half. Yeah, and Auburn is a second half team. I picked them in my bracket to win this game for Auburn today. I do like Michigan, though, to cover the spread at plus 8.5, though, tonight. I'm going to see what we got going on for Houston-Purdue currently. So right now we're just at halftime. If you guys are doing a stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. I'm hoping to be back live tomorrow covering both of the Elite 8 games for both Saturday and Sunday. So feel free to join in for my Elite 8 streams this weekend. Yeah, this is going to be a battle in the second half. Michigan was also down by double digits, came all the way back against Texas A&M. Wow, what a snail race in this game. We got 15-13 Houston up against Purdue. So Houston leads 15-13 with 10:36 in the first remaining. Yeah, Tortoise been doing pretty well. Might have a special guest tomorrow for my stream if we get the golden retriever for the neighbor's dog that we take care of for this entire weekend. So I can't bring him in right now because I'm in my room, but if I do stream tomorrow in the living room, we might have a chance to see the golden retriever on stream if he doesn't break any of the equipment that I have. Be lucky to see that happen. Elite 8 set up for tomorrow. Texas Tech will take on Florida. That's the first game at 6:09, followed up by Alabama against Duke. Grab the popcorn for that game at 8:49 p.m. tomorrow. And then Sunday is yet to be set so far. We know for sure the winner of this game will take on Michigan State. And then the winner of this Houston-Purdue game will take on Tennessee. So we actually haven't fed them night crawlers just yet. Hey, thanks so much for the sub here, Jack. Appreciate it for being a part of the stream. Looks like you got a white German Shepherd in the lab. Awesome there, man. Yeah, so We don't have like a dog in the family that we take care of, but my my neighbor across the street, we take care of his golden retriever every day when he's at work. So usually for like 3-4 hours a day, we take care of the golden retriever until the neighbor comes home. But whenever the neighbor's like away, like next couple of days he's out of town on vacation, so we get the golden retriever for this upcoming weekend to stay over for the next few days. 10 minutes left before halftime in the Houston-Purdue game. In Houston right now, locking up Purdue. Purdue just missed a three. Houston got called in a loose ball foul. Purdue hanging in though, 15-13 Houston. Kelvin Sampson unhappy right now about the officials on this call. Houston calling the over-the-back foul. Looks like the refs are not letting these two teams play it out right now. 4 fouls by Houston, 3 by Purdue. Really, really physical game whenever you got Houston playing a game. You got bodies flying over the floor, competing for 50-50 balls. Yeah, Braden Smith just missed a tough shot. And he's down right now out of the play. Houston with numbers up the floor here. That's a terrible foul. Fletcher Lawyer just fouled a 3-point shooter for Houston. Houston's going to have 3 free throws coming up at the free throw line, and Matt Painter's reaction says it all. Terrible foul committed by Fletcher Lawyer. Committing the foul on Emmanuel Sharp, who will shoot 3 free throws. And Sharp missed the first one. Man, these late games tonight are really sloppy. Winner of this Houston-Purdue game is going to take on Tennessee. Winner of this game that we got going on at halftime, Auburn, Michigan, will take on Michigan State. Which, if it's Michigan, sets up the rivalry once again. Houston went 1 for 3 at the free throw line. Purdue was on a 3.5-minute scoring drought. So Michigan this season went 0-2 against Michigan State, lost 75-62 at home back on February 21st, and then Michigan lost on the road at Michigan State 79-62 on March 9th in the regular season finale. That was the last loss for Michigan. Michigan's won 5 in a row after that. Auburn did not play Michigan State this year. Sometimes they pop up on the non-conference schedule. Yeah, didn't this year, didn't last year. Didn't the year before either. Yeah, thanks for joining in, Jack. Appreciate you here for finding my stream. Hopefully you took the under in this Houston-Purdue game. Purdue just buried a 3, though, 16-16. The under was really low. Is that around like 132.5 around that number? You only got 32 combined points with 8 minutes left before half, though. Yeah, really hard to do that. We just saw Tennessee beat Kentucky. Tennessee had gone to 0-2 entering tonight against Kentucky. (16-16) to a media break right now between Houston and Purdue. Hey, what's good? Obi on the stream. Welcome in. Yeah, I've got a pet turtle and I got a pet tortoise. So sometimes the pet tortoise comes on. Sometimes I think right now he's sleeping though. Yeah, Ole Miss at the very end of that game buried a 3. And it allowed Ole Miss to cover that one. 73-70, so Ole Miss covered the plus 3.5. Yeah, Houston not looking like themselves here currently. I was really impressed by Houston. I streamed them against Gonzaga on Saturday, and they looked really good in that one. I bet you this whole schedule, you got the waiting period, the waiting to play these games. The schedule, the time for the scheduled start time was 10:09, and they tipped off 20 minutes later than usual tonight. Yeah, Auburn's gonna have to get it together for men. They've played just a terribly sloppy first half. This does not look like the overall 1 seed in the tournament. Janai Broom is legit saving Auburn. Double-double at halftime, 10 points, 11 rebounds. Luckily, nobody's in foul trouble. Last night, that was an issue. Duke got into some severe foul trouble to start off that game against Arizona. They had to have their 2 big men just rotate between one another, Gungba and Malawach, because Malawach had a lot of early foul trouble. Gungba got into some deep foul trouble too. I like how he went through the first half. Not much issues in terms of pace, so that was good because a lot of these games have gotten sloppy with a bunch of fouls. We've seen double bonus, free throws all over the place. Auburn, 7 personal fouls. Michigan with just 5 in the first half. So if I had to praise something on the first half, even though the turnovers were at a max, both of these teams struggled handling the basketball. And it was a rough first half. The good part about it is that it went by pretty quickly. Yeah, Alabama, if they play like they did last night, they're going to win this entire tournament. They were drilling threes left and right, left and right. I think what it comes down to is the size and length of Duke tomorrow. Everybody for Duke on the team is 6'5" or greater for their size. That size and length should be able to disrupt Alabama, unless Alabama's pulled up for ridiculous Steph Curry range 30-foot plus threes tomorrow and burying them. That's the only thing. If Mark Sears is pulled up for 30 feet out, knocking down threes up the floor in transition, then Alabama has the case to win that game. But I feel like even though Alabama put up 113, it's going to be a different story going up against a Duke team that just has so much size, so much length to contest those shots. That's going to be the toughest defense they see all this season because it's just a different height advantage or so. It's like Peyton Pritchard is 6 feet tall. A lot of the teams that he plays against, he goes off for 15, 20, 25, 30 points because he has those matchups. He matches up well against other guys that's 6'1", 6'2", 6'3", but whenever he plays the Oklahoma City Thunder, the Thunder just straight up lock him up because everybody in the backcourt 6'5" or taller. So that length there, 5 inches, is a big difference. Mark Sears had 34 points last night. Mark Sears is 6'1". So he's going to be going up against defenders who are 6'5", 4 inches taller than him tomorrow. So that's going to be a really tough matchup toughest one you'll see all season for Mark Sears, who's been, his efficiency has been a roller coaster. He was spot on last night, but his average for the season, that actually 10 percentage points lower on shooting percentage than it was last year. Last year, he shot the ball around like 50% from the floor. This year, he's around 40%, and he's around, I think, like 31% from three. He shot around 41% from three last year for Mark Sears. So, it's just really, really streaky or so. Houston just collected the steal. Houston couldn't finish, though. They got stripped at the rim. They get the basketball back in a 3-on-2. You got to finish here. If you're the Cougars and they lost it, turnover, Purdue. Braden Smith off the run out. Dump off down low, and Purdue missed an open layup. Six and a half left to go in the first half as Houston leads by 1, 17-16, and Houston commits a loose ball foul. Braden Smith is down, just got knocked down. And he's back up on his feet. Ooh. Little slow to get up there for Braden Smith, though. I didn't like how he's helped out to his feet, and he was kind of like lunging back for him. Yeah, this Alabama team, they get hot at the right moment. They're a dangerous team for them. Oh, man, that's not fun there. Snapping turtles. Oh, man, sorry to hear about that. Purdue just scored. And they got an and one coming up as they just took the lead 18-17. Yeah, I feel like Duke's going to be prepared for the tempo too. Alabama plays the fastest tempo, and they're coming off a game against Arizona. Arizona plays like top 50 in pace as well for them. So the matchup that Duke's coming off should be able to benefit them because they played a fast Arizona team that was a one-sided all offense, not much defense. They're going to have that once again with Alabama, except Alabama's going into the shot clock like every 5 to 7 seconds, just putting up shots early off the shot clock for them. That's what they do. Whenever they take it up the floor, get past midcourt, they're using only like 5 to 7 seconds off the shot clock and jacking up shots. So it's not like Duke's transitioning from a team that plays like a Houston or Purdue style pace. So it does benefit them that they're coming off a matchup against Arizona. So that helps out because Arizona plays like a faster tempo. So they'll be used to it right from the start. Man, Houston cannot make their threes tonight. They're number 2 in the country in three-point makes. Uzan way off the mark. Offensive rebound, Jawan Roberts. Uzan floats the pass down low. Houston scores 19-19. Under 5.5 left to go in the first half in a tie game between Purdue and Houston. Points at a minimum right now. Slow tempo. 2 of the slowest tempo offenses in the nation for Power 5s going at it. We'll keep you guys posting on that game. We're going to go second half here in a couple moments. If you're doing the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Before the start of the second half, I'd like to let you guys know about my channel sponsor here. This stream is sponsored by BetUS, where you can bet on the season sports action with BetUS. It's an A-plus rated sports book, which has been running since 1994. It's available in all 50 U.S. states. On BetUS, you can bet your favorite sports teams, players, and sporting events. And for new sports bettors, you go to the BetUS website. You'll receive a 125% bonus on your first 3 deposits of up to $2,000. Use my BetUS channel link, which is posted in the description of the video and pinned into the chat to get started, or you can click the QR code at the bottom corner of the screen. BetUS features sports betting on multiple sports such as basketball, football, hockey, baseball, international soccer, golf, tennis, NASCAR racing, and numerous other sports as well. BetUS also is a prop builder where you could put together player props and team props, and also same game parlays during live sports events during games. So check out my new sponsor, BetUS. The link is posted in the description of the video, also pinned in the chat as well to get started. The QR code at the corner of the screen. BetUS has been changing the game for over 30 years. Yeah, both of these coaches don't look too happy how that first half went. We had 18 combined turnovers, 10 by Auburn, 8 by Michigan in the first half. All right, second half about to begin here in a matter of moments. Appreciate you guys for joining in here tonight. Yeah, it's been a late day for me too. So if you guys didn't join in yesterday, I was up till 12:30 last night covering Arizona Duke. Last night, I get up around 6:45. I start my workday around 8. What happened today, I had to ask for approval to leave work at 1 instead of 4, because I work every day from 8 to 4. On the weekdays, I had to ask for approval today because my games that I had for this weekend, I was supposed to do a college softball doubleheader broadcast for 2 conference games. They pushed it up to today due to the rain for tomorrow. So I did 2 of those broadcasts today at 3 and 5. Didn't get out till like 7:15. Got back home around like 7:45ish or so. So that's why I didn't go live for any of the first games, because I wasn't back home till like 7:45. Didn't eat until like 8 o'clock, 8:15 later tonight. So it's just this one stream that I wanted to cover. But yeah, been a very, very long day. Looking forward at least to like sleep in for a couple hours more tomorrow, which is good. But I'm glad this first half went by very, very quick compared to what we had last night with 2 games that were dragging on or so. But we had a bunch of points. We don't have much here in terms of efficiency at all. We had a elite level shot making from last night's games. Here we go, second half coming up right now. Both of these teams going to have to change things around, or it could be the end of the season. Either one of these teams right now. Here we go. Half number 2 as we begin left to right in the floor. Michigan with an opening possession to begin half number 2. Donaldson sends it off to Golden on the outside over to Burnett. Attacks the paint as he turns the corner. Missed the layup over Cardwell. Here goes Auburn on a long rebound. 3-on-1 up the floor. They pick off where they left off, which is not a good sign. Bobbled out of bounds. Turnover. What must have been said in the locker room by Bruce Pearl, and he is right now shaking his head. 11 turnovers by Auburn tonight. They came into the game ranking top 10 in the country in fewest turnovers per game, averaging around 9. They got 11 currently. Michigan going to slow it down. Opening possession, or second possession here for Michigan. Trey Donaldson off to Wolf. Wolf slides it over to Burnett, top of the key. Burnett to his right to Reuben Jones. Jones, 10 in the shot clock. Top of the key, outside finds Wolf. 6 in the shot clock, working on Brew. Wolf, step back 3 in the air, takes it, and he makes it from downtown. Bang, bang by the big fella. Danny Wolf off a step back J from the perimeter. 2-point lead for Michigan, 1 minute through the second half. Auburn with the ball. Chad Baker-Mazara, open three, top of the key, off the back rim, no good. Burnett collects the defensive rebound for the Wolverines. Michigan with possession. Danny Wolf at the corner, and Danny Wolf turns it over. Bobbled the basketball out of bounds as it touched the near sideline. Comedy of errors keep on continuing. Off a crossover, he couldn't keep it in cleanly in the court of play. That's embarrassing. 9 turnovers by Michigan, 11 by Auburn. We got 20 combined turnovers here, folks. Auburn's missed their last 5 of the 6 shot attempts. They're tossing up boulders here. I took Auburn in my bracket. Not looking good at all in this game for Auburn. Broom inside the key, double teamed up and in with a left hand over Golden, scores the layup. 32-32 right now. Michigan with possession. Donaldson on top finds Wolf. A lot of Danny Wolf. Wolf attacks the paint, working on Broom. Danny Wolf no good, missed the layup. Contested there by Janai Broom. It goes right back over to Auburn. Auburn dribbles up to the elbow. Denver Jones sends it outside to the perimeter. Miles Kelly back into the hands here to Jones. Jones torses right at the outside, guarded by Reuben Jones. Denver. Baker-Mazara lobs it over to Broom. Broom guarded by Wolf here at the mid-block. Broom backs his way inside. Broom fall away, partially blocked by Danny Wolf. Michigan collects the defensive rebound. That was very terrible floor spacing there. Dylan Cardwell was standing directly next to the main ball handler on that possession. Janai Broom inside the key from 2 inches away, and Broom went into a fall away and actually bumped into Cardwell, who was standing directly to the left of him, falling away to the left in the jumper. Michigan got fouled. 2 free throws coming up here for the Wolverines. This is Namari Burnett. He's been playing college basketball since 2019. He was playing college hoops since they had the transfer year where he had to sit out a season due to undergrad transfers. First shot is no good, missed at the free throw line. Yeah, Houston is down by 1 right now. Looks like Houston's extremely inefficient tonight. They've been missing a lot of shots that they usually make. Second free throw is good. 33-32. Michigan by 1. Both of these teams brutal at the free throw line. Michigan 5 for 8, Auburn 3 for 5. It's like nobody wants to win this game. Denver Jones, top of the free throw circles, finds Broom at the outside. Broom jacks up a 3, missed off the mark, no good. It was uncontested. Offensive rebound controlled by Cardwell. Broom sends it off to Baker-Mazara. 15 on the shot clock. Baker-Mazara, runner inside the key, came off the rim short. Defensive rebound controlled out of the pack here for Namari Burnett. On the run out, soars up to the rim. He scores up and off the backboard. Taking it coast to coast for Burnett. 3-point lead for the Wolverines. Under 17 minutes left here. Auburn gonna start to settle in the game they've never had tonight. Cardwell, handoff. Denver Jones bobbled it, lost it. Another turnover by Auburn. 12th turnover of the game for the Tigers. Michigan, terrible pass results in the turnover right back. Janai Broom up the floor, double team, bobbled it. His teammate, right place, right time. Wraparound layup, no good. Broom shoves it in, though, for the putback. Janai Broom has done everything possible tonight for the All-American. 14 and 13 for points and rebounds. Saving this Auburn team tonight. Golden backs his way on Cardwell. Golden inside the key, bobbled it, lost it, turnover. Oh my goodness, does anybody know how to handle a basketball cleanly? This looks like everybody's playing with Butterfingers, Jello, gripping the ball like it's Play-Doh out here. What is going on? We got 5 combined turnovers in the first 3 minutes and 45 seconds. Yeah, there was some contact there, too. Golden tiptoeing the baseline. There was some contact there, and there was a no call with the refs. Auburn with the ball. Free throw circle. Runner. That was way off the mark by Janai Broom. Just random release shot there at the free throw circle. The random floater that he misfired. Donaldson, a floater, no good off the mark. Tipped off the glass twice and misfired by Golden, and now he got fouled. 2 free throws coming up by Vladislav Golovin. We're going to take this to the media timeout. 15:47 left to go. Who wants to win this game? That's the question nobody has been able to answer. That in this game right now, 35-34, back and forth, but nobody really wants it currently. Janai Broom, 14 points, 13 rebounds. Danny Wolf, 14 points. Those are the two leading scorers for each of these teams. After that, Michigan, 8 points by Namari Burnett. Auburn, 7 points with Denver Jones. Purdue, Houston, 29-29. 1 second left to go in that game before halftime. Yeah, I agree, Lucas. Duke analytically was way better in every metric. And Duke beat Auburn, too. So, it was just a whole narrative going into the tournament that Duke plays in this easy conference, the ACC, and that the SEC is the conference of the Kings. And since Auburn was the best team in the regular season out of all the teams in the big boy conference, they're going to get the overall number 1 seed in the bracket, even though they did lose to Duke. What's good, Ian? Welcome in. Thanks for joining in. Wow, yeah, Maine going down to Penn State. Wow. Yeah, Auburn was on that skid final week of the season. No team has ever won the NCAA tournament when they've gone 1-3 in their final 4 games. I saw that stat last week before picking out the teams for the bracket. If you enjoyed the stream, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Appreciate everybody for joining in tonight. We got 140 plus watching. Hit us up in the chat who you guys like to win here. Type it in. Auburn, Michigan. Right now, 60% going for Michigan. That's 60-40 for the 5 seed to win tonight. Michigan's had the turnover issues this year. They get 11 turnovers. Auburn, what's going on in this game? 12 turnovers. Average age of the starting 5 is 23 years old. They're around a year younger than the OKC Thunder starting 5. Wow. They're showing 1995 D2 National Championship, Southern Indiana against UC Riverside. Both of those teams were D2 back 30 years ago. Wow. And both of those teams now in D1. Two shots here coming up by Michigan by Vladislav Golden coming back from the timeout. Michigan a 1-point lead. Yeah, I agree, Bradley. Seemed like the bracket was put together like 7 or 8 days before Selection Sunday. I agree. Like, it seems like this bracket came out on March 1st. Like, the selection committee got together and was like, oh, yeah, we're just gonna put together this bracket on March 1st. Yeah, this bracket seeding was terrible this year. Like, how in the world was Colorado State a 12 seed going up against a 5 seed Memphis, yet Colorado State was a 2.5-point favorite going into that game and beat Memphis? That was way off in the seeding. It's like the tournament committee didn't even factor anything to account that the American Conference tournament barely had any fans in it, in that conference tournament. There were empty seats all over the place. I wouldn't be shocked within the next 5 years if that conference just completely dissolves. That conference used to be really good. It had Cincinnati, Houston, Louisville used to be in it for a couple years, like a decade ago. Rutgers was in that conference for a year or two. That conference has completely fallen off the cliff. Michigan just picked up their 3rd team of foul. That's on Baker Mazzara, who has the head on the bench right now. So Baker Mazzara just picked up his 3rd. Inbound for Michigan. Michigan up by 1. Attacking the paint. Danny Wolf up the glass. Scores. Up and off the backboard. 39-36 Michigan. Under 15 minutes left to play. Yeah, Vladislav Golden 2 years ago went to the Final Four with FAU, so he followed his head coach, the new head coach from Michigan, Dusty May. He's the former FAU head coach. What a turnaround. This Michigan team last year, 8-24. Dusty May should be National Coach of the Year. And one from Michigan. Roddy Gale scores largest lead for the Wolverines out in fast break transition. Number 1 overall seed in trouble tonight. Running the floor off the fast break. One of my good friends said it best. Chris Herron's brother. Chris Herron used to play in the NBA for the Celtics back in the early 2000s. I work with his brother at the radio station that I work at, and he said it best on his radio show the other night that this Auburn team plays very, very lazy. Yeah, he had Scal on his show yesterday. I'm supposed to go to his shootout competition tomorrow and meet up with Scal tomorrow as Auburn scores right back up and off the backboard for 2 by Janai Broome, the All-American, who's kept his team right in this game all night long. Big numbers by Broome. 18-14 for Janai Broome. I mean, Janai Broome's going to have to put up some serious Nikola Jokic-type numbers in the points and rebounds column today. He's going to have to go for like 30-25 or something like that. And one here for Janai Broome. 18-14 for points and rebounds. The free throw is good. 3-point game. Single-handedly, the All-American is saving your team. Purdue leads Houston at the half, 31-29. 19-14 now by Janai Broome. Michigan with possession. Donaldson slides it over to Wolf. Wolf jacks up a 3 at the wing. Danny Wolf off the mark, no good. A rebound control by Auburn by Miles Kelly. Tigers with the ball under 14 minutes left to go. Auburn will slow down tempo too. Tahad Pettiford at the wing of the perimeter on the floor with Chaney Johnson, Denver Jones, Janai Broome. Number 13, Miles Kelly. Broome at the corner, and he threw it away. Michigan with a pressure defense. It's another turnover by Auburn. This is embarrassing right now for the Tigers. It's like they're completely rattled with Michigan. Michigan drives downhill to the paint, no good. Blew the layup. Tip-ins, good there by Danny Wolf, able to clean up the miss. Roddy Gale missed it from point-blank range, but Wolf right there, right place, right time. 18 points by Danny Wolf. Could get Michigan against Michigan State in the Elite Eight. Auburn doubling up Michigan in the offensive glass, 14-7, 11-6 second chance points in favor of Auburn. Broome floats up the runner, missed off the mark, no good, went down. No call to the refs, letting them play on tonight. They get a 5-4 here up the floor with Broome outside the play. Michigan with the ball, Donaldson at the wing, slides it over to Wolf, the big fella. At the top of the key, Wolf, crossover, spin cycle, Wolf with a right hand, he scores, up and off the backboard, good for 2 more by Danny Wolf. 7-point lead, largest lead of the game for Michigan with 13 minutes left. We could see a number 1 seed going down tonight in the Sweet 16. Auburn in trouble. Top of the key, Janai Broome sends it over to Pettiford. Pettiford over to the top here. The 3 missed off the back rim, no good. Loose ball foul charge to Michigan though. It's like Janai Broome playing 1v5 on the floor. Danny Wolf having the answer tonight in this game. 20 points by Wolf. 9 for 16 shooting. You get a guy that's efficient. You get a guy that's made half of the made field goals tonight for Michigan being Danny Wolf. 9 out of the 17 total shots that Michigan has made has been scored by Wolf tonight. Inbound Auburn. That was almost a turnover as well. Luckily there, it was Broome who had it. Broome spin cycle, backs his way. Broome throws it away. It's a turnover. Oh boy. Auburn careless with a basketball today. Vladislav Golden locking down Janai Broome on that possession as he flings it away. Yeah, my good friend, Chris Herron's brother, said it best. Auburn, this team plays lazy. 14 turnovers for the oldest starting five in college basketball, average age of 23. 14 turnovers in an Elite Eight game. Michigan with the ball. Cheddar at the corner. Cheddar goes up. Cheddar gets fouled. This is 3 shots here. Cheddar got fouled from the corner perimeter. 3 free throws coming up for Michigan by Will Cheddar. Auburn is cracking under pressure right now. Oh, boy. Oh, man, for Auburn. Will Cheddar, 3 free throws, got fouled on a 3-point shot. First one's good. Chance to go up by 10 if he makes them all. 47-39. Terrible foul there by Chaney Johnson. Auburn in trouble. Foul trouble looks like this. 3 personal fouls by Chad Baker-Mazzara. 3 by Chaney Johnson. 2 each by Janai Broom and Dylan Cardwell. Second free throw is good. They got him on 2. They got him on 2. Check that. They had the graphic up for 3, so they got him on 2 free throws. Top of the key 3. Auburn. Swoosh! That's a big-time shot right there. 48-42. Tahad Pettiford up to 8 points. Just sizzled a triple. 6-point game. Michigan just bobbled it out of bounds in the corner. Cheddar in and out of his hands. Yeah, I thought it was 3 shots, too. They gave him 2. They had the CBS graphic say 3 shots, and they gave him 2 on it. I thought he was clearly behind the perimeter. They gave him 2. When he went to the free throw line, the CBS graphic, first thing on the scoreboard, they put in 3 shots there in the scorebug, and they gave him 2. So we take the timeout right now, under 12 media break, 11:57 left. So my time's just a tad slow right now. $11:57 left to go. Appreciate you guys for joining in tonight. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Yeah, they only gave Will Cheddar 2 free throws at the line. The CBS scorebug had put up 3 shots for those free throws, but the referees gave him 2. Purdue up against Houston at the half, 31-29. 14 turnovers by Auburn. That's almost as many field goal makes that they have from the floor in this game. That's sad. Auburn is 17 for 52 shooting. 33% shooting from the floor. 14 turnovers. 12 personal fouls. Michigan tonight, 17 for 44. 39% shooting. 12 turnovers, 7 personal fouls. Nobody in foul trouble for Michigan. They spread that out, 1 foul each between 7 different players. Auburn in some deep foul trouble. 3 personal fouls by Chad Baker-Mazzara. 3 as well by Chaney Johnson. You got basically one guy saving both of these teams. Danny Wolf, 20 points. Auburn, led by Janai Broom with 19 points, 14 rebounds. He's going to have to put up a 30-25 game if he wants his team to win tonight. He's going to have to go off for some serious Nikola Jokic type numbers tonight if he wants to win this game for points and rebounds. Nobody else is showing up. Man, I've covered a lot of tournament games so far. This is as sloppy as it gets. We got guys that's bobbling the ball. This is not a good sign. Whoever wins this game will take on Michigan State next in the Elite Eight. Okay, thanks. Yeah, thanks for the update there, Jack. Yeah, I thought that that's what it must have been there. So his foot must have been on the 3-point line, so they downgraded it from a 3 to a 2. 62 points this tournament for Cooper Flagg. It's insane. Had a huge game last night against Arizona. I'll be back tomorrow covering both of the Elite 8 games. Duke taking on Alabama. That's the nightcap tomorrow. What should be a fascinating matchup. First one starts off with Florida, Texas Tech. Quarter 3 is good by Auburn. 48-45 right now. Tigers come out firing out of the timeout huddle. Michigan with possession. Danny Wolf dribbles up to the right wing perimeter. Circles around the right baseline dribble. Wolf, no good. Missed off the glass. Tipped it off the rim. Left it short. The rebound controlled by Baker Mazzara. Auburn down by 3 with the ball. Tahad Pettiford. Top of the key with possession. Slides it off to his left to Denver Jones. Jones lobs it over to Broom. Broom, a one-on-one taking on Will Cheddar inside the low post. Broom pivot. Broom puts up the shot. Opened up the bank right there. Good for 2, but the All-American Janai Broom. 1-point game. 21-14 right now for Janai Broom. A one-man show tonight for Auburn. And turnover committed by Michigan. Bad pass by Trey Donaldson. Knocked down. And it will be Chad Baker Mazzara who forces the Michigan turnover. Hugo, welcome in. Thanks for joining in, bud. Is Cooper Flagg the new Zion? No. Cooper Flagg has the drive and determination to be an amazing player in the NBA. Zion, he's just about gouging down full course meals and pizzas and not concerned about his conditioning on the floor for Zion. Cooper Flagg has got that killer instinct when he plays. Auburn floats up the runner, got it to go. They are able to score as it bounces in if it gets counted here by the referees. And right now they don't award us a basket currently. Chad Baker Mazzara floated up the shot right over. Namari Burnett got fouled. And this should be an and one. But right now they got it 48-47 on the scoreboard. According to the refs, the foul occurred before the shot. And we got bodies here colliding around the perimeter. Human dominoes hitting the deck down hard. Baker Mazzara around the outside went down. Got bumped into by Reuben Jones, who picked up the foul. So back-to-back Michigan fouls. What's good, Ward? Welcome in. Thanks for joining in, man. Yeah, I agree right there, Neagle. Both of those guys playing like Dookie right now on the floor. Gotta pick it up. You don't ever want to play like Dookie out there. 10.5 left to go. Auburn attacking inside the paint. They got the layup if they count it. And again, the officials aren't going to count it. Michigan just racking up the fouls. Again, according to the refs, the foul occurred before the shot, reaching in by Namari Burnett. That's the second personal foul in the last 15 seconds. 3 now from Namari Burnett tonight. 2 of those fouls coming in the last 15 seconds. So the bump by Burnett was before the shot was released. Inbound to Auburn. Loose ball around the perimeter, stolen away. Burnett comes up with a steal. Michigan has it up the floor, attacking inside the paint. And we get a huge collision down low. No call with the referees. This ball bouncing around, and Janai Broom comes up with it in the corner. Auburn with possession. 7 for 17 this half, shooting for Auburn. Michigan 6 for 15. Tahad Pettiford at the top, slides it over to Cardwell. Cardwell, bounce pass, drops it down low to Broom. Broom floats at the runner, no good off the mark. Misfired over Wolf, offensive rebound. Broom left it off the glass, too strong. Offensive rebound again, controlled by Cardwell. Big rebound advantage in favor of Auburn, and they switch down to deep 2. Tahad Pettiford coming alive right now for the Tigers. First lead in half number 2 tonight for Auburn. As we have a timeout taken to the floor by Dusty May in Michigan, coming with 9:53 left to go. Second chance points tonight going in the favor of the Tigers. Here's the rebound numbers. Auburn plus 12 on the glass, 39-27, 16-7 offensive rebounds. Janai Broome tonight has 16 rebounds. 9 of those have been offensive boards. 7 of those rebounds have been defensive boards. Michigan having a tough time boxing out. Danny Wolf just 5 rebounds for a 7-footer. Golden, 8 rebounds tonight for the 7-footer. Trey Donaldson, 1 rebound. 6 rebounds by Burnett, 2 by Reuben Jones, and just 1 combined rebound from 3 guys off the bench. Where Janai Broome is just eating the glass away right now. Snag after snag after snag on the boards, cleaning up everything. 16 rebounds for Janai Broome. 6 rebounds each by Cardwell and Miles Kelly. And 5 boards off the bench by Chaney Johnson. Michigan having a tough time boxing out. If you're doing the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well. Looks like this game could simply be won here by Auburn off second chance points when the turnovers have been a major issue for them tonight. I mean, they're leading by a whopping landslide on second chance points in this game. Halftime between Purdue and Houston, still Purdue up 31-29 at the half. I can't show the actual game due to copyright, so it's play-by-play only. Yeah, they got 2 7-footers. They got 2 double bigs in the team that's 7 feet tall, Golden and Wolf, and they're combining right now for a grand total of 13 combined rebounds. That's almost half of the rebounds. 13 out of 27 combined from Golden, who's got 8, Wolf's got 5, and then Janai Broome's got 16 rebounds. Janai Broome's got more offensive rebounds than what Michigan has as a team. 9 offensive boards by Broome. Michigan is just 7 offensive rebounds combined as a team. What's good, Mel in the stream? Thanks for joining in. Appreciate here for being a part of the channel. Hit us up in the chat who you guys like to win this one here. Type it in Auburn or Michigan. Right now the poll leading towards Michigan 58-42. Make sure to vote in that poll if you haven't done so. We got like 200 plus watching right now. You guys real legends, MVPs for tuning in. I'm hoping to be live tomorrow night covering the Elite 8 games. Both of the games each for Saturday and Sunday. So if you'd like to come on back, feel free to do so for the Elite 8. One-man show for Auburn. Janai Broome, 21 points. Tahad Pettiford, though, start to step up. 10 points for him off the bench. 10 points by Denver Jones. They got 3 in double figures, though Janai Broome having a huge game. 21 points, 16 rebounds. Danny Wolf with 20. Michigan needs other guys to step up. Number 2 scores Namari Burnett with 8 points. And then below that, everybody else with 5 points or fewer. Going to need other options to step up if you're Michigan. We get back to action. Michigan with possession. Wolf dribbles up to the right wing perimeter. He is guarded by Broome 101. Wolf looking to pass it off. He finds Golden top of the key. 10 on the shot clock. And Michigan called on a turnover here. Turnover by the Wolverines. This game started trending the other direction. Danny Wolf traveling with the basketball. 14 turnovers tonight, hitting their season average. Auburn on a 10-zip run, Carly. The Tigers with possession. They were in trouble going down by 10 at one point. A shotgun blocked by Golden. Loose ball hitting the deck. Bounces out of bounds. It's off Michigan. It will stay Auburn possession. From Kenya, welcome in. We got Badgers Maru in the stream. Thanks for joining in. No, I do not follow the United Football League, Jake. Joshua taking Michigan. Welcome on board. We got Maximus, welcome on the stream here. 49-48 right now. Inbound from Broome. Bad pass off the inbound, though Michigan gets called in the reach-in foul. That is on number 15 from Michigan with Reuben Jones. That is number 7 as a team right now, and this will put Auburn in the 1-1 bonus. 1-1 bonus for Chad Baker Mazzara, who's had a tough game. Just 1 for 7 from the floor. 2 points by Baker Mazzara, and the first one bounces in. Second shot is good. 3-point lead from Michigan. 3-point lead for Auburn. 13-2 lead, or a 13-2 run for Auburn recently for them. Michigan right now stuck. 6 for 15 field goal shooting this half for Michigan. 8 for 21 for Auburn this half. Michigan backs their way with Danny Wolf inside the key. Bounce pass out to the corner. Over to Wolf once again as he hands it off to Jones around the perimeter. Reuben Jones dumps it off down low, and he was able to get it to go. Turned in the corner, scored a layup right there for Reuben Jones. It's a 1-point game. He's got 6 now for Reuben Jones. Back and forth here. Auburn with possession, attacking inside the paint. Baker Mazzara swatted out of bounds from behind. That was Wolf and Golden underneath the hoop right there. They get the block out of bounds. Auburn gets the inbounds. 8:32 left to go. Denver Jones, Torres left off the dribble. Jones jacks up the 3. He drills it. Bang, a bang by Denver Jones for Auburn. 4-point lead right now for the Tigers. Michigan with possession. Top of the key, Danny Wolf. Wolf dribbles up downhill inside. Wolf bobbled it out of bounds. Lost it off his knee. It's a turnover. Critical turnover right there for the Wolverines. It goes back to Auburn. Yup, Dylan Cardwell able to strip that ball, and it sailed off the knee, out of bounds at the baseline, off of Danny Wolf last. We're down to 8 minutes left to go. Pull up Jay, straight away 3 from the parking lot, and Auburn sinks it. Denver Jones started come alive recently. In this game, he's got 16, largest lead for Auburn. 57-50. Now it's starting to play like the number 1 overall seed last couple possessions or so. Namari Burnett. Left baseline dribble by Donaldson. Floats about terrible contested shot. Try to go backdoor. It sails at the top of the backboard and hovers out of bounds. Turnover Michigan. This game right now has flipped the momentum switch in the favor of Auburn. 57-50 for the Tigers. 7:38 left to go remaining. In this one as Auburn leads by 7. Denver Jones, the player to know, the reason why they're up by 7. Back-to-back made 3s all of a sudden. He has got 16 points. They get their number 2 guy that stepped up, whereas Michigan does not have a double-digit score besides Danny Wolf. 20 points by Danny Wolf. Everybody else with 8 points or fewer right now. For Auburn, they got 3 guys in double figures. Massive game by Janai Broom. 21 points, 16 rebounds. 16 points on 4 for 7 from 3 by Denver Jones. They got a guy that can knock down shots from the perimeter. He has made the same amount of 3s that Michigan has as a team. Michigan shooting 4 for 11 from 3. Auburn just 7 for 25 from 3. But Denver Jones, 4 for 7 himself from the perimeter. That's the difference in this game. You got a hot hand right now, and they are riding with it currently. If you're doing a stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well if you like to be notified for future live streams here. Yeah, crazy swing in this game. Michigan is right now just stagnant. They can't get anything going offensively for them. 31-31, Purdue and Houston tied up with 19 minutes left. Hit us up in the chat who you guys like to win this one. Type it in, Michigan or Auburn. Michigan been leading this poll tonight. Still currently leading this poll 58-42. What's Mr. Tops doing, Jake? My tortoise is probably sleeping right now. What's good? Zaxby's in the stream, taking Auburn for this one. Man, this was a sloppy game. We got to combine 30 total turnovers today. 15 turnovers by each team tonight. 5 turnovers by Janai Broome, 3 each by Baker Mazzara and Tahad Pettiford. 2 turnovers by Miles Kelly. Michigan, 4 turnovers each by Danny Wolf, Trey Donaldson, Vladislav Golden with 3 turnovers. We started off this game with both of these teams tossing up bricks and boulders. And now all of a sudden, we got a sharpshooter in the building. Denver Jones perfect, 3 for 3 in the second half. 4 for 7 from three-point range, the difference maker right now. 7-point lead for Auburn. 7:38 left to go. Auburn on an 18-2 run in the last 4.5 minutes. And Auburn has the basketball as well. Janai Broome on the floor with Tahad Pettiford. Denver Jones, Chad Baker Mazzara, Dylan Cardwell. Hand off to Jones. Jones slices the fenders. Jones with a left-hand layup. He scores up and off the backboard. He is shifted into another gear right now for number 2 with white, dark blue, and orange. 9-point lead for Auburn. Michigan has made just 1 field goal in their last 6 minutes. In deep trouble right now. Golden backs his way. Golden pivot. Throws it down with a 2-handed flush. They will not count it though. So the officials will not count this dunk. The foul by Auburn was gave before the slam dunk by Golden. Golden slipped behind the defense, and Auburn picked up the reach and foul before the shot was attempted on the slam dunk. So that's now the 6th personal foul charged to Auburn this half. Michigan with 7. Inbound from Michigan. Dangerous pass, and they luckily pick it up. Far side backcourt for them. Inches away from sailing on the bounce. A lot of dribbling here with Reuben Jones. He slides it on top over to Donaldson. Moves it off to his right to Wolf. Wolf, a one-man show with 20. Janai Broome with a huge game tonight. 21 points, 16 rebounds. 9 of those rebounds, offensive rebounds. 7 of those rebounds, defensive rebounds. Vladislav Golden, good, plus the foul. 59-52. Hook shot inside the key, right over Broome, who picked up the shooting foul. Wow, that's his 4th. Janai Broome just picked up his 4th personal foul. Vladislav Golden just 6 points tonight, averaging 18.5 points per game in the tournament. So right now, with 6:51 left to go, the All-American Janai Broome has to sit on the bench. He's going to be there for a while. 21 points, 16 rebounds, but now with 4 personal fouls. That's a big foul call on Broome. The free throw is good by Golden. 6-point game, and 8 over till it's over. Janai Broome with 4 fouls. Chad Baker Mazzara, Chaney Johnson with 3. And for Michigan, it's Namari Burnett and Reuben Jones who have 3 each. Under 6:40 left to play. Auburn with the ball. Near side corner. Denver Jones slides it off to Pettiford. Pettiford at the left wing. 10 on the shot clock. Pettiford on the outside towards his right off the dribble. 6 in the shot clock. Pettiford crossover. Pettiford dribble. Drive. Right down the lane inside. He scores. Up and off the backboard. 61-53. Getting whatever they want right now with dribble drive penetration on the previous 2 scoring plays for the Tigers. Michigan with the ball. Donaldson. Hand off to the left wing. Lob over to Golden around the perimeter. Golden backs his way and Cardwell to the elbow. Golden now has it mid-block. Still backing his way and Cardwell to the low block. No good off the mark. Missed by Golden. Offensive rebound. Golden goes up. Golden gets fouled. 2 free throws coming up here from Michigan with Vladislav Golden. And that is charged to Chad Baker Mazzara. That's his 4th. So Auburn in some deep foul trouble right now. Chad Baker Mazzara just picked up his 4th personal foul as well. Michigan now in the bonus too. So 2 key players for Auburn. Deep foul trouble with 6 minutes left. 2 free throws by Vladislav Golden. 7 points, 9 rebounds tonight. Limited well below his season average of 16.8. free throw is good by Golden. Houston starting to pull away slightly over Purdue. 37-32 with under 17 minutes left. Second shot by Golden, no good off the back rim. Rebound secured by Cardwell. 7-point Auburn lead, under 6 minutes left to go here. Auburn crosses midcourt. They have made their last 4 shot attempts on the floor. It's been an open layup line recently for the Tigers. Denver Jones, been a hot hand in half number 2, sends it over to Pettiford. Pettiford, 10 on the shot clock. Pettiford, off to his right to Kelly around the perimeter. Back to Pettiford. Takes a 3 straight away. No good. Missed the 3 off the rim. Short. Out of bounds. Off. Wait a moment. It's going to be Auburn ball. It's off of Michigan last, according to the officials. That took a long time to get right by the officials there. So according to the referee, it's off of number 11, Roddy Gale of Michigan. Inbound for Auburn. New 20 in the shot clock, up by 7. Cardwell, top of the key. Sends it over to Pettiford. Pettiford around the perimeter, moves it off to his right. Denver Jones dribbles up to the free throw circle. Shovel pass 5 in the shot clock to Pettiford. Pettiford thought about a step back. He'll pull up, take the J from the perimeter, and he sinks it. Big bucket there by Tahad Pettiford for a 10-point Auburn lead. 64-54. Players stepping up at half 2 for the number 1 overall seed in the tournament, the Auburn Tigers, as Michigan burns a timeout. 5:10 left to go. Big time shot right there by Tahad Pettiford, while Janai Broom sits on the bench with 4 personal fouls. 4 personal fouls against Chad Baker-Mazzara. You got backcourt guys stepping up here for Auburn tonight. If you're doing the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well. Pettiford, 15 points off the bench. Yeah, tough right now for Michigan. Just one guy tonight showed up ready for this game. Danny Wolf, 20 points. Everybody else still with single digits right now for Michigan. And Pettiford stepped up with Jones in half number 2. These guys, the complete difference makers. 21 points, 16 rebounds by Janai Broom, 18 points by Denver Jones, 15 by Tahad Pettiford. Yeah, looks like the referees. There could be some major investments on this Auburn team with the referees for this game right now. 64-54. The big fella Golden will try a 3. Bricked it off the back rim. That's not the shot you want there for Michigan. Not the shot at all. You're down by 10 all of a sudden. You take a 3 with a 7'1" big man that doesn't attempt many 3s. Plays his game inside. Auburn with possession. Pettiford towards his right off the dribble. Defended by the big fella Golden. Now switched here. Guarded around the outside. Pettiford dribbles up to the elbow. Turnaround jumper. Deep 2. Swash. Oh, man. Tahad Pettiford taking over right now for Auburn. That's an NBA level turnaround J. Deep 2. He got fouled as well as Reuben Jones contested it, picked up the shooting foul, and 1 coming up by Tahad Pettiford. That's a major shot. Not looking good for Michigan. The free throw is good. 67-54 after Michigan was leading up 48-42 at one point in the early second half. It swung to a 19 points change in this game. Golden turns the corner. Inside the paint, soars up, gets fouled. 2 free throws here for Vladislav Golden. 4:22 left to go as Golden will head to the free throw line. Both sides of the floor really iffy in the last 5+ minutes from Michigan. Cannot score points in a very lengthy drought for them. And it's been a layup line out there for Auburn with a couple of really just clutch shots. Some tough shots they made recently, too. On the back of Tahad Pettiford. Both of the free throws good. 67-56. 4:20 left to play. Janai Broome, Chad Baker-Mazar with 4 personal fouls. Chaney Johnson's got 3. Dylan Cardwell with 3 fouls as well. Auburn with the ball up by 11. Tigers going to slow it down here. Pass broke it up. Far side of the floor. Out of bounds off Michigan last. It was Roddy Gale who broke it up out of bounds. Inbound in the backcourt for Auburn. 12 on the shot clock, approaching 4 minutes left to play. Tahad Pettiford, bounce pass, down low. Cardwell, no good, missed a hook shot off the back rim. A rebound secured here by Wolf. Michigan up the floor. Trey Donaldson, top of the key, slides it off to Wolf at the left wing. Danny Wolf, the only guy showing up tonight with 20. Backs his way, working on Chaney Johnson at the low block. Wolf with possession. Wolf underneath, blocked from behind by Johnson. And it's saved in the quarter play. Loose ball went to Auburn with Dylan Cardwell. This is the number 2 team in blocks in the nation tonight. Auburn just recorded their 4th block as a team. They average 6 blocks per game. Auburn slows it down, 11-point lead. Tahad Pettiford, big game off the bench with 18. Top of the key, shake and bake crossover, spin move, sends it outside. Chaney Johnson on the 3, off the back rim, no good. Long rebound tracked down by Wolf. Michigan sprints up the floor. Gotta go if you're the Wolverines. Down to 3 minutes left to play. Attacking inside the paint, Gale, no good. Blew the opportunity there at the low block as he had an open look from point blank range. Couldn't finish. Auburn with a rebound. Auburn again will use more time off the clock, and Michigan did not foul there. They tried to give a foul. They couldn't get to it, and then they deflected it out of bounds. 2:48 left to go. Auburn, 11-point lead for the number 1 seed in the brackets as we head over to the media timeout. Man, this final 12 minutes in this game has been brutal for Michigan. They were up 48-42. And right now, they're just stuck on molasses and can't hit anything. Really, really disappointing for Michigan. If you're doing a stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, or ring the notification bell as well if you guys would like to be notified here for future live streams on the channel. Winner of this game will take on Michigan State on Sunday in the Elite 8. Houston up by 3 over Purdue, 42-39 with under 13 and a half minutes left to go there. Foul trouble looks like this. Reuben Jones, 4 personal fouls from Michigan. Everybody else with 3 or fewer. Auburn in some deep foul trouble. Doesn't seem to matter with them, though. Janai Broome's been sitting on the bench for the last 4+ minutes, and they've been able to up this lead. 4 fouls by Broome. Chad Baker-Mazar's got 4. 3 by Chaney Johnson. It's because 2 guys in the backcourt really stepped up in here in half 2. Denver Jones, 18 points, 4 made threes. Tahad Pettiford, 18 points, 7 for 14 from the floor. Yeah, this is really not looking too good for Michigan now. Auburn's just dominated on the glass, 46-30 in rebounds, 19-8 in offensive rebounds, and whenever Michigan bricks a shot, it's Auburn who comes up with initial rebounds. And it's Auburn who keeps on slowing down tempo, slowing down time. And time right now is key in this game. We're only down to 2:48 left to go. It's going to be very difficult for Michigan to come on back in this game when they've lost the rebound battle. Minus 16 in the glass tonight from Michigan. Just shocking, too, that they were non-existent competing on the glass tonight because Danny Wolf, Vladislav Golden, they're both 7-footers. They've been held under 10 rebounds each. Vladislav Golden, 9 rebounds. Danny Wolf with 6. Namari Burnett's got 7, but they've got 16 rebounds fewer than Auburn. 2:48 left to play. It's very, very dangerous in terms of time because you miss one shot, and then Auburn can run the clock for the next like 25 seconds or so. And then if Auburn misses a shot, they collect an offensive rebound. They resets the shot clock back to 20. So yeah, I actually don't think it's a lot of time actually remaining in this game where you only get 2:48 left to go. Because of the rebounding disparity. Like once Michigan misses that shot and Auburn comes up with a rebound, Auburn has completely slowed the pace down. They're gonna take this clock down. Right now we're at 2:48 left to go. So if Michigan, as Auburn just scored off the quick inbound. Auburn just scored. It's a 13-point lead now for Auburn. So we just came out of timeout. The score bug wasn't even up at the time when we came back, and Auburn scored a bucket a second off the inbound. Michigan fell asleep off the inbound playing defense. Wolf at the top. Too much time coming off the shot clock here. Shot clock's down to 10 right now for Michigan. Shot clock down to 8. Crossover. Donaldson takes the three. Partially blocked up in the air. Battle for the basketball out of bounds. It's off Wolf. Out of bounds. Turnover, Michigan. There you go. Game clock's already down to 2:17. Time it's coming off the clock. Auburn, 30 in the shot clock. They're going to take this down to under 2 minutes on their next shot attempt. Michigan has yet to make a field goal in the last 4.5 minutes. So this really isn't much time anymore remaining in the clock. 2:17 left. Inbound for Auburn. If Auburn's smart here, they don't shoot this until under 2 minutes, and they almost turn it over. Broom attacks baseline. Broom soars up. There was contact here, and he was fouled with 2:03. Yep, Janai Broom's going to get free throws. 2 shots here coming up at the line. It's on Roddy Gale Jr. who picks up the shooting foul. And Janai Broom's going to have free throws out of it. So 2 shots here coming up at the line. Only a 59% free throw shooter. First one no good off the back rim. 2:03 remaining. Next time they'll be in a double bonus. Only way you can get back in this game from Michigan, you got to hack Janai Broom whenever he has the basketball. You got to use this guy like he's Ben Simmons and breaking free throws. He splits the free throws right here, 70-56. That's the only way that you can hope for a comeback in this game, is hacking Janai Broom if he handles the basketball. Force him to beat you at the free throw line. Kick out, quarter, open 3, Cheddar. And Auburn just gave a foul reaching in, so that's their 10th. And now Michigan will head to the double bonus. .155 left. LJ Kaysen shooting 2 free throws. Double bonus. Rest of the stretch here for Michigan. .81% free throw shooter. First pair of free throws tonight for LJ Kaysen from Michigan. First one is good. He's a freshman out of Lakeland, Florida. Houston up by 5 over Purdue, 46-41. Second one's good by Kaysen. 12-point game, minute 55 remaining. Inbound in the backcourt for Auburn. Denver Jones. Off to Chaney Johnson. Back over to Jones. Jones feels the pressure, gets it away past the midcourt logo. Johnson drives, attacks the paint, blew the open layup. Michigan with a chance right now. All you had to do is slow down the basketball. If you're Auburn, Michigan with a 3, bricked off the back of no good. Offensive rebound controlled by the Wolverines. Another chance here with Cheddar. Skip pass across the floor off to Burnett. Burnett dribbles up to the baseline. Outside finds Will Cheddar. Minute and a half left to go. Burnett pulls up from deep. No good on the 3. Another offensive rebound hauled in by Michigan with a foul charge to Chaney Johnson. And Will Cheddar will head to the free throw line, shoot 2. Michigan tossing up boulders from 3 in this game. Doinking all over the place off the back rim constantly. The inability to make a 3 is knocking these teams out of the tournament. Roddy Gale Jr., 78.7% at the free throw line, will shoot 2 in the double bonus. First free throw is good. Chaney Johnson checks out now with his 4th personal foul. Michigan just 4 for 15 from 3. Second free throw is good. Auburn 8 for 28 from the perimeter. 70-60, minute 20 left to go. In the backcourt for Auburn, Broom bounce past Denver Jones, crosses the March Madness logo. And a reach and follow given by Will Cheddar defending Pettiford. So Pettiford will head to the free throw line, shoot 2 shots right now with a double bonus. What's good, Leo in the stream? Welcome in. Thanks for joining in. 2 free throws coming up by Pettiford right now. Tahad Pettiford having a really solid second half. He's got 18 points. 80.2% free throw shooter. First free throw, got the bounce in. It's good. If you enjoyed the stream tonight, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, or ring the notification bell as well if you'd like to be notified here for future live streams. Second free throw is good. I'll be back tomorrow covering the Elite 8 matchups. Hope to be back covering both of the Elite 8 matchups. Florida going up against Texas Tech tomorrow, and then Duke going up against Alabama. That one should be great. Grab the popcorn tomorrow night for Duke-Bama in the 8:50 p.m. Eastern time game tomorrow. Minute 10 left to go. Michigan turns the corner, drives, shuts down the door with a 2-hitter flush by Burnett. Looks like too little, too late potentially. 72-62, final minute left to go as Michigan gives a foul with 56 seconds left. Brutal second half here for Michigan. Not the guy you want to put at the free throw line either. Miles Kelly, a 92% free throw shooter, about to attempt 2 shots at the line for Auburn. Yeah, thanks everybody for joining in. Izzy on the stream, welcome in. Appreciate Mel for being a part of the channel tonight. First one is good at the line for Auburn with Miles Kelly. Second free throw is good. 74-62. This might be the year that we might possibly see all the 1 seeds advance into the Final Four. I think it's only happened once ever before in NCAA tournament history. Houston up by 4 right now. That game's actually close against Purdue, 50-46. Yeah, thanks for joining in tonight, Zaxby's. Michigan State, really, really solid defensive team. They're a deep team. Their perimeter shooting, though, I'm really concerned about their perimeter shooting. Janai Broom just fouled out. Yeah, they're in the 300s, around like 315 in the country in perimeter shooting for them. So they lack sharp shooting on their team. But really, really deep team for Michigan State that they lock down defensively. My concern about them is the lack of jump shooting ability for them. I streamed the game against New Mexico. They scored like 85% of their shots in that game at the rim. A lot of their buckets were on fast break transition. They couldn't hit a jumper from the mid-range or a deep 2. They could not hit a 3 to save their lives. They went something like 4 for 19 from 3, but every single one of those 3s was big. It changed the entire momentum in that game. Yeah, so it would be Michigan State Auburn on Sunday. Ooh, Michigan. Foul from behind off the loose ball there. That is charged to Roddy Gale as he took down the headband of Denver Jones, ripped it away from the head area there off the loose ball foul. Denver Jones at the free throw line, up by 12 for Auburn with 48 seconds left. A 90.5% free throw shooter. First one is good. I actually took Michigan State in that game to the Final Four. So how my Final Four, how I have it, I got 7 out of the or I might have 7 out of the 8 teams in my Elite 8. My only one I faltered on right now is St. John's. I picked St. John's to go to the Elite 8, but every other one I got. I'm just waiting for Houston. That's it. If Houston beats Purdue, which Houston's up by 7, I would have 7 out of 8 teams in the Elite 8 as Auburn goes coast to coast, throws it down with a slam dunk by Baker Mazzara. 30 seconds left to go. Missed 3 by Michigan. Hits the top of the shot clock out of bounds with 29 seconds. Yeah, I actually took Michigan State in that game there. I was really concerned for Auburn coming into the tournament limping in at 1-3. And I'm still concerned because of the turnover issues that they've had today. Michigan State's a team that's not gonna beat themselves down. They're gonna lock up defensively for them. I am concerned with the matchup because they've been scoring a ton in the paint, but they struggle to hit from 3. And Auburn is a really, really solid paint defense. They contested a bunch of misses at the rim tonight by Michigan. But in terms of the turnover battle, Michigan State's, I think that's something that they can win upon, is the turnover battle coming up in the next game. This Michigan team, the Wolverines, got crushed in the glass tonight. This game was dominated by Auburn on the glass. Janai Broome, 22 points, 16 rebounds tonight. Auburn out-rebounded Michigan 46-33 in rebounds. It was 19-10 in offensive rebounds. Janai Broome had 9 offensive rebounds. He had 7 defensive rebounds for 16 total. Third Elite 8 in school history for the Auburn Tigers. First time since 2019 to go back to the Elite 8. 78-65 the final score. And Auburn takes down Michigan. And we get the overall number 1 seed advancing. It will be Auburn, Michigan State, 5:05 p.m. Sunday on CBS. So that time right now has been finalized. So Auburn, number 1, taking on number 2 seed Michigan State, 5:05 p.m. Eastern time on Sunday. Out in Atlanta, Georgia. The scheduled time for that game. I hope to be live for that one as well. Feel free to join in on Sunday. I'm also hoping to be live for both of the Elite 8 games tomorrow night, too. Feel free to join in for those 2 tomorrow. If you're doing the stream before you sign off, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well, if you'd like to be notified here for future live streams on the channel. And yeah, I was just talking about it a couple minutes ago. So I've got 6 out of my 8 teams that I picked going to the Elite 8. My final 4 that I've got right side of the bracket is Duke and Houston, and then left side of the bracket is Michigan State and Florida that I got there. So we could potentially see all 1 seeds, though, make it to the Final 4, which I think's only happened just once ever in NCAA tournament history, that all 1 seeds have made it all the way to the Final 4 together. Houston up by 10 against Purdue, 56-46 with under 8 minutes left. So yeah, looking like Houston could very well come out on top in that game tonight. And Janai Broome had a huge night for the All-American. He heard the chatter. He was only averaging 11 points per game in the first 2 rounds. Tonight, double that for 22 and 16 in this one here for Janai Broome. 78-65 the final score. Appreciate you guys for joining in. Yeah, if you guys didn't know, favorite team's Providence. I'm like 20 minutes away from Providence, Southeast Mass is where I'm from. Big PC Friars fan, but cover all different teams here. College hoops are out the tournament. Favorite NBA teams, the Celtics. Playoffs coming up soon. Going to be a fun time as well for that. Thanks all for joining in here. We will close out to the channel members. All channel members get a shout out at the end of each and every single one of my live streams. We got Jason, Bradley, Warren Kelly, I Am Ghost, the Naija Player, Asia, Ice Baby, Katie Ogie, SGA Sports Talk, Lonely Satellite, Michael, John, Norma, Jonathan, Guido, and Mark. Thanks for joining in, everybody. Being a part of the stream here tonight. Enjoy the rest of your Friday night. Auburn to the Elite 8 to take on Michigan State. 78-65 the final score. Thanks for joining in, everyone, and enjoy the rest of your Friday night.